Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready.
What is good, my friends? How you all doing today? I hope you're having a good time. We're gonna be watching the Alpha X Junior Championships. It's Group B today. Should be a good one. I wanted to say it, and as I said it, I immediately regretted it, but it was already in my mind. Anyway, done with those puns. We're gonna be watching Young Yakov versus none other than Mr. Endless TV. You know what? Young Yakov used to be the champion. Well, I say used to be. He might be it again, of course. But actually, he is the current champion, isn't he? That's the way you should say it. Yeah, he is the current champion. So we're going to be watching the actual current champ perform against Endless TV here, and we're gonna just kind of hope that it's not going to be one-sided here. Of course, first of all, Endless TV. To be fair, we saw first American participants. And I'm not completely 100% sure who he is, honestly. It's kind of the idea, I guess, from the Junior Championships to begin with. But, yeah, Endless TV. A bit of a wild card for me here. Could be incredibly strong. Could be a little bit of a letdown. It's a little bit up in the air here. And we're going to have to wait and see what he is going to bring to the table here. For the love of the game. Hell yeah, man. So yeah, already thank you to, you know what, Axis. 1 year, man. That's a long time. Being subbed for a year. That's some dedication right there. And I think we also had a new follower. I'm not completely 100% sure who it was, but thank you. I think it was Slayer or something. I don't know. I could be wrong about that. I probably shouldn't even attempt to guess it after, you know what? After the fact of saying that I don't remember it. Because I don't remember. I'm sorry. I was too slow with switching overlays to really talk to you right then and there. But thank you nonetheless for joining us today. And yeah, let's just hope that this is going to be a good series. I'm not quite sure what we are waiting for. Oh, Yakov needs a minute. I see. That's why we are waiting. Alright, they already did the, Devin, what's up, my man? How you doing? How's it going, dude? Alright, so we already saw them being, part of the veto system. They already did the veto system, is what I'm trying to say here. In a more elaborate way than it needs to be. Before we actually started. And, yeah, it's just nice. So I guess, you know, that 1 extra minute doesn't hurt too much. Otherwise, they would be vetoing right now. Already done. So, you know what? Have a minute, Yakov. No problem. That is how the champ gets treated around these spots. If he wasn't the champ, though, oof, we would just start and be like, you know what? If you're not here, too bad. Too bad. You're just going to start with quite a disadvantage. You're going to return after 1 minute and like, oh my god, we already started? Can we redo? Nope. After, okay. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. Anyway. We're nice people. Endless TV. Young Yakov. It's going to be interesting. We're loading up, guys. We're loading up. TVZ. One of the better matchups. Much like TVP and CVP. The most favorite matchups to be watched in the game. I do have sound, right? I do have everything enabled. Alright, that's a good sign. In the top left side of the map, we have a red Terran player. He is a new kid on the block here. Our first qualified American. He is Endless TV. In the bottom right, his opponent, though, it's the Blue Zerg, the previous champion. Does he need any introduction other than he's the Russian and he is Young Yakov. Showing a remarkable, strong performance. Previous finals against Ghosty, I believe. That was Slayer Bud. Alright, there we go. There you are. I was right. Alright. Remember, guys, there's a 2-minute delay, by the way. I forgot. It's not in the title right now, and I'm kind of forgetting about it myself here. Good, man. I'm doing good, too. I'm doing good, too, Devin. The Elite Slayer. There we go. Well, yeah, you can see it by the numbers. It's 11202. Really, the Elite Slayer. Anyway, okay, so we have a hatch first here. A regular Reaper Expand, I'm assuming, from Endless TV. The Terran bread and butter. There it is. There's the bread, and here comes the butter. The economic butter to grease along the wheels of the Terran war machine. It will be a second command center, of course. The meatloaf of the situation being the Reaper in this sense. Alright, blocking that third base for now. Looks like, you know, oh no, actually, this drone just checking to make sure that there's no proxy going around here and no scary bunker being put down. You do see that sometimes, of course, with this first Reaper. Initial Reaper can do a lot more if there is, in fact, a bunker there, of course. Becomes a whole lot easier to kind of just pressure your opponents. Especially if you put the bunker somewhere around here or something where you can juggle the SCV back and forth into awkward locations for the Zerg to reach. Those hard to reach corners. 4 links here at the front door. Gonna be ready to try and jump on that Reaper. Yeah, good control so far from Endless TV. Let's see how greedy he gets with this Reaper. You know what? So far, pretty casual. Pretty casual, not overextending, not trying too many things. That's playing it smooth, playing it cool. Like a summer's breeze. One queen now moving along, trying to get rid of that Reaper from that third base location, so he can get that expansion, of course, here. We're still at a reasonably early part of the game. Except for a bit more money than he probably wanted to have here. But, you know what, it's still around 3-minute mark. Absolutely fine. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, so, let's check as the follow-up for Endless TV is kind of developing here for us. We see the Hellions and also a Tech Lab. Is he going to get Stim here? Let's take a look. He does kind of have the gas count for it, but I'm assuming he's going to switch it over with the Starport here. So nothing is happening just yet, and he will. I know you want to. I know you want to. You might not want to. Alright, we'll come back to that later on. We do have a Marine, actually. Okay, so yeah, it's not going to be that case so far. Couple of links on the production tab. 4 so far. 8 joining in here. Economic butter. Bibs, welcome, buddy. How you doing, my friend? Alright, there's also the stim pack coming along. And an engineering bay at the front door here. Of course, a little bit susceptible for any type of picking off by Ravagers or something like that. But then again, I mean, the engineering bay, not as crucial a structure if there are early roaches or even banelings coming in. It's one of those structures that you can afford to lose in those types of situations. Not the worst thing. It would be horrible if your, you know, an upgrade does get cancelled, of course, still, right? It's a little bit of a disadvantage having spent that money for so long into trying to get that upgrade and then not getting it. But then again, you know what, it could be a lot worse. Losing a barracks or a factory or something like that, your production is just going to go down the drain. Down the butter potty. What happens with butter? Churned out like butter. I'm just gonna do as many butter references here for some reason as possible. Keep things interesting. 2 Evo chambers on the way. Layer tech also already finished up here. No Zalians. A little bit of a intermingling with those Zerglings. Didn't mix together all too swell. Looks like a couple of them did get burned there. Yeah, no kidding. That's a new one. Guys, I try, alright? I try. I just, like, whenever I do come up with a new phrase, it's gone within the next couple of minutes. It's just, I don't remember them myself. It should be constant strange. Yeah, alright. I see how it is. The economic butter of the Zerg now being turned out from those hatcheries. Banelings. not contributing at all whatsoever to the economic potter. And a 4th base already on the way here for Young Yakov. On the other side, we do have Endless TV. It looks like he's just going to go for a big 2-base attack here. He's adding in 2 more barracks. No 3rd base whatsoever ever really been added in here. So these Marines and the Siege Tanks, they definitely want to get some work done. But there's a reasonable amount of Banelings and Zerglings. And it looks like they will have their speed finishing up pretty soon. And this could be trouble. This could be a lot of trouble here. Those Siege Tanks need to get into siege mode. And I don't think Endless TV really fully realizes the problems that are about to occur right in front of him. Okay, so reasonably early on with the siege still. Needs to target down those Banelings with the Siege Tank. Does so pretty nicely. Lifts up the Marines away from trouble. Does lose those Siege Tanks though. Let's take a look at the unit loss tab. 8 Banelings did get taken out here, so pretty favorable trade so far from Endless TV, but he needs to hold on. And that's a lot of Banelings knocking on his front door here. Ready to eat up that butter that is situated here. And oh my dear lord, yeah, that supply depot getting squished apart there very easily. The Siege Tank trying his best to keep things safe here, but oh my dear lord, an absolute carnage. 27 SCVs immediately getting blown up. Make that 28. Somehow, someway, another Baneling came in from above and exploded like butter in a microwave that was put in there for too long and the too high a setting. Alright. Alright, in comes the toasted bread here for the Terran. The Marines. The Liberators. What are those Liberators doing? Why are they refusing to hit up those Overlords? They're definitely afraid of the coronavirus here. Do not want to touch anything that looks purple and infected. Makes sense. Makes sense to me. So yeah, those Liberators are in a pretty reasonable position. Well, I say reasonable, right? If you want to have a fight over here, with the Zerg having to engage from this angle, it's reasonable. The thing is, the Zerg's going to attack from 2 locations here, unless if he only moves in with 1 bit of his force at one point. I guess he's just grabbing those Marines. That's a fair fight. That's a fair fight. Now, Endless TV might be under the impression that that is the entirety of the Zerg army. Unfortunately for him, it's going to double here. It's going to double because there's more stuff coming in from the south, and that might very well be the end of things here for Endless TV after taking that enormous economic hit here as well. And yeah, I mean, these Banelings and Zerglings, they're just going to roll on forwards. And Endless TV, like we said, I mean, he is a little bit of the wild card here. We're not quite sure what to expect from him. And it looks like it was a little bit too much going up against the previous champion of the tournament. At least in this one round here. Maybe he's going to be able to get some sort of a different build next round. But this one definitely not working out in his favor anymore. And GG has to be called. Young Yakov being the first victor for tonight in the B group. The P group. The B stands for butter, obviously. By now. Oh, right, yeah, we're going to go into the European server as well. Switch that around. Make it fair for our European who is playing against the American Terran because he needs a little bit more of an edge. Young Yakov, he is just absolutely terrifying. I say European, he is from Russia, but Russia is kind of part of Europe, right? We can let our buddies from that location join in on the fun. Not sure how that works. Anyway, into the party we go. What was the second map again? I know it wasn't Purity or Industry. Neither was it Zen. Let me take a look, actually. 1v1. I can't check them here, can I? Melee. There we go. It might be Eternal. It might be Nightshade. I think it might have been one of those. Everdream. Maybe Everdream as well. So that's 3 potential maps that it could be. We don't know which one yet, though, of course. Anyway, there's our 2 players as well. Oh, no, actually, that is one of the French commentators joining us in. But, yeah. Good to have you all here, by the way, guys. There's a lot of StarCraft going on today. Super tournament earlier today. I still have to watch some of that, actually, myself. Had to tune out at some point because my friends got impatient and wanted me to play video games with them. The life of a gamer, man, it's absolutely filled with distractions and making things more difficult than they have to be. Anyway, yeah, check out our Patreon page as well as the Matcherino page, of course, guys. Before I forget, we do have, if you want to support the Junior Championships, we do have the Patreon. That is a potential place for you to help us out, get these tournaments going a little bit more so, maybe even bigger, depending on how much support we get, of course. Endless. There's an arcade game called Marine Control. It's a solid game to improve splits. Yeah. Yeah. Elite Slayer. I mean, it was a very tough situation. As soon as you are surrounded like that, it is just, oof. It's a little bit of an oof having to split in those situations, in my opinion at least. Right? If you're just ready for it, that's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta focus on in those arcade games. It's nice. It's doable. It's definitely doable. But if you have to do it as well as making sure that your production queue is in time, becomes more difficult. It's a delicate balance that has to be walked. And sometimes you trip and fall, and then, you know what? The splits aren't as amazing as you can make them if that was the only thing you'd have to do. Anyway. Looks like we're waiting here a little bit for... I'm not quite sure, actually, what... Huh. Maybe we're waiting for Endless? I think we are waiting for Endless, actually. Yeah. Young Yakov is here. It's just Endless we are... not being able to find here. How do the French commentators feel about butter? Well, I mean, they are French, after all. I'm sure that they absolutely love it. As long as it's, like, I don't know, cream butter, or how do you call it? Some sort of special French butter with special flavoring and special leaves used to hold the butter in its in its packaging, seeping into the butter flavoring. Alright, yeah, this is I hope alright, there we go. I think we found him. I hope that's him. At least I'm not sure if you guys saw who just joined the party, but we might have to do a name tag here. And we might have to do it very quickly, so... yeah, it's okay. I mean, it is the Junior Cup. It's a little bit... It's an interesting name. It's an interesting name. That's for sure. I wasn't expecting the name. That's for sure as well. I don't know how old he is exactly, but he's younger than 15. Or 15. That could be the case too. Which I guess is around that age where you kind of discover this type of stuff. Still though, I wasn't expecting it. Was not expecting it. Alright. Alright. They are both ready, both players. As soon as they are put together. And yeah, there we go. There we have the countdown sound. And I'm not sure how I'm gonna make this one work. I'm just gonna show you guys. So I'm gonna immediately throw up here a thingamajig. Okay, he's the red color. There we go. Gotta change his name here. Endless TV. Alright, done. Donezo. Alright. Go underneath that one. There we go. Okay, it's a little bit long, isn't it? Choop, 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 choop. Voilà, a perfect salad of... oh, wait, actually, it's still too long. Jeez. I guess Ghosty is just a really short name. Guess that is what it comes down to. Anyway, alright, so in the bottom left side, one game ahead right now, he is the Blue Zerg. He is Young Yakov. Our Russian player in the top right, we have the Red Terran player. It's called Endless TV. The first American ever to qualify for the Junior Cup. And, well, that is happening right here. And this is happening right here. And let me tell you, this bread is gonna make this butter feel quite squishy. Actually, wait, this is happening here. How could I have gotten that so wrong? So it's bread versus bread. There's no butter for either of these players, unfortunately. Let's if all these links actually do move across the map here, and those. Let's see. Does he have? He doesn't have gas, so it's gonna be full-on Marines here. Isn't gonna go for a full wall of here either. That would be pretty cool, actually. Just having a full wall of here, of barracks, in case it does get scouted. You can send your Marines behind here. And I do a ring around the rosy there. Anyway, there go the Zerglings, and there's still more Zerglings on the way here, actually. So 2 more Zerglings coming down to chow on that Terran butter that is not here anymore. I need to stop saying it. I can't stop anymore. Alright, I'll come up with some other analogies. Alright, so there's a hole in the pants of Endless TV here. That is a problem. And it looks like those Zerglings are just rushing in through the hole. And instead of telling him that there is a hole in his pants, he just grabs his stick and just starts slamming Endless TV here with a stick on the part of his pants that is already busted. This is something that, you know, didn't happen to me, of course. It's a lot of links, though. No bunker yet available. I think this is just a build or the win for Young Yakov. Unfortunately, guys, for Mr. Endless TV, this is not the way you want this to go, of course, but he has to tap out. There it is. GG is called. And, yeah. Yeah, I mean, one time, you know what, you don't want to be across the map here with 2 or 4 barracks, actually, in fact. Is, of course, when your opponent is going pool first. And it's just making enough links to, first of all, kill your entire mineral line. And then second of all, kill of your push as well at the same time. So that is a little bit... a little bit of a problem. Alright, so next up will be our other 2 players, of course. It should be Arrow Fire, the Alpha X Prodigy, and it should be Baby Marine. Alright, so let's take a look if we already have them in the party here. We have 5 people in the party. And there we go, yeah. There they are. Baby Marine, guys, versus Arrow Fire. This should be a absolutely brilliant match. Baby Marine, famous player already. Arrow Fire as well, making big waves all on his own turf too. Let me see, actually. What's the furthest Arrow Fire actually got at one point? Let me take a look here, guys. Season 3. Neither... No, actually, wait. Baby Marine managed to get in the semi-finals. Season 3. He lost against Ghosty, who is also a previous champion. So, it's a bit of a rough one there to really blame him for that one. And then we have... That's Axel Striker, of course, Season 1. Arrogfire. Fire managed to get into the finals here. You know what? Also losing to Ghosty in the finals, though. So that was Season 1. Very interesting. Both these players having been beaten by Ghosty. This time around, though, Ghosty in the other group, of course, already advanced into the playoffs. So he is waiting for them together with Wannabe Bjorn, who is our Belarus Terran player. A Terran player from Belarus. Who, yeah, managed to get a good couple of wins there. Versus, well, first of all, Exo Striker. And second of all... No, actually, no, he lost against Exo Striker. Excuse me, the first time they played, Exo Striker lost. And then the second time in the deciders match, another best of 3, he actually made it turn around and won 2-0 instead of losing 2-0. So that was a very cool day, actually. Yeah, I remember it now. That was very interesting. Wannabe Beyond just kind of had to warm up here. Yeah, it's going to be actually big shoes to fill for group number B to really meet those matches that we saw the previous week. Anyway, I need more sleep, guys. Here we go. Game number 1 between these other two players. In the bottom right side, we have a blue Terran from Team Makers. Let me get rid of this name tag, actually. There we go, guys. That is not necessary anymore. In the bottom right side of Team Makers, it's a blue Terran player. He is the Italian Baby Marine. In the top left side, we have our own Alpha X Enthusiast. Anyway, it's the red Protoss. He is Arrogfire, the Frenchman. The Française. Actually, he did do a couple of times. He did join the, how do you call it? The French cast as a commentator as well. So did some commentating there in the French language. And now, of course, still wanting to prove himself in the same tournaments. But then, of course, as a player. Can he do it once again? Can he get himself into the finals here? Or will Baby Marine be victorious this time around? Arrogfire is a scary opponent for a lot of these players. But Baby Marine also managing to get himself better and better every time we see him. Does feel like he is improving. And it would be really cool to see him continuously improve, of course. Right, good blocking happening here for Arrogfire. Baby Marine was very much in time with those SUVs being pulled, though. Realizing that that was a very possible possibility to happen. Englishman, alright, so yeah, so realizing that was going to happen, immediately sending down those 2 SCVs to ensure that he's not going to get delayed too much. Reaper missing the probe here, a little bit of an unfortunate turn of events. So this probe might still be a little bit annoying here. There's a Marine on the way though, so shouldn't be too much of a problem. And it's just going to get safely out of there. Did he see the factory? That is a good question. He did see the factory. Who knows if he clicked on it, though? That's a whole different question, but... would be nice. Would have been nice, of course. Now, Baby Marine, what did you see in this base? He did not see too much of anything, right? He knows that there's an expansion, which is not that much of a thing you need to guess anymore, really, in TVP, but still, though. And, yeah. Blink will be constructed here for Arrogfire. So we have the Reaper coming in for a second round. Trying to figure out what kind of potatoes Arrogfire is growing here in his backyard. There he sees now the Twilight Council. So he says Stalker as well. It's a little bit of an indicator that it will be blinked. Just the tiniest of ones though. Could mean plenty of other things, as there is of course an adapt here as well. And it's just from that was a lucky one there for Baby Marine. Jeez. Arrow fired, not anticipating that he would actually be able to get in there. I think he kind of gave up already. And there comes the blink upgrade. Oh, did he? No, okay, he didn't get in. Those Marines. Wow, okay, they actually do manage to get the adapt here. So safety once again returns to the humble abode of the Terran player. And a Banshee build. Alright, Banshee's not the greatest tool against Blink Stalkers, unfortunately, for Baby Marine. Those Blink Stalkers are very, very strong. Also already a robotics facility on the way, of course. Might make things difficult as well. Oh, that is unfortunate. The Hellion actually shot the Robo and potentially gave away to Arrowfire that this was coming into his base. Just barely clutching out a warp in there. Maybe he was already planning to do it anyway though, right? But who knows? Who knows? And out they go. So yeah, the Blinkstock is mostly here for defense. As we can see too, Forges being added in here. And of course the third base as well. So yeah, the Blinkstock's mostly here to keep any type of flying aggression away from him as much as possible. Trying to stay around in that vicinity here as long as possible without getting shot by the siege tank a second time. Ooh, the Hellion coming in again. Did see the probes moving out. I don't think he was aware of the third base just yet, right? Okay, now he should be. And this Banshee actually pretty nicely positioned here. This pylon, not a quick warp-in pylon, so that's going to take a while. And, well, I mean, there's 5 gateways about to finish up, but not too many stocks in the neighborhood right now. 2 of them need to turn around here. And the Observer has to be pulled back as well. Baby Marine trying his best to get as much out of this Banshee as possible. Needs to just keep target firing the probes here. Oh my dear lord, is he gonna get out? Oh my god, he actually does. What a what an insane moment there for that Banshee. Oh my dear lord, he still manages to get out. What a crazy guy. Alright, well, congrats to him, I suppose. Well done, Banshee pilot. Some ace piloting there going on. Nice shots on those targets as well. Aerofire needs to move backwards. Another cloak up, coming in. Pulling a couple of those SUVs as well. But it would be nice if he can get those 2 benches repaired here. It would be absolutely great for him, of course. Especially because he can, well, definitely use them if he is going to commit to an attack here. And it looks like, you know what, actually, he's just moving backwards. Not going to go for anything here of any aggressive nature. And adding in some more stuff here. And as the third base is going to be off-center here, actually. Hope that he fixes that, or at least notices at some point. Because that could be quite a lot of lost minerals here by being further away from those minerals. Right, I'm not going crazy. Yeah, that is off-center. Huh. Oh well. A little bit too far to the left there. Anyway, Baby Marine needs to keep his attention going. Of course, those Zealots getting a perfect surround here, actually. Bench is now trying their best. Reasonable positioning here from Baby Marine, trying to make the best out of the situation. But there's just nothing too great about the situation for him right now. Needs to move out with all of his forces here. The siege tank's in absolute disarray. Widow mines here need to get burrowed as soon as possible, but they're going to hit those SCVs as much as they're going to hit those Zealots, or have to split up here and not hit as many of those Zealots, unfortunately. 2 Marauders are now only available here for Baby Marine, and immediately cut down. GG is called Arrow Fire. You know what? He would not allow Baby Marine to get into a solid position there. No, sir. No, sir. Very quick thinking, moving across the map there. A very tight army, and that was a difficult one to hold that for Baby Marine, of course. Ever Dream will be our third map. And it's going to be interesting to see what Baby Marine does on the third map. I don't know if anyone was watching last week. The previous week we saw, of course, Exo Striker versus Wannabe Bjorn. And this is one of the maps that they fought upon. And Wannabe Bjorn was actually doing Battle Cruiser into mech versus Exo Striker, who is a Protoss, of course. So you don't really see that all too often. Battle Cruiser mech versus a Protoss. Why don't you see that really that often? Well, it's because mainly the Protoss have the Immortal, and the Immortal is just an absolute beast of a unit when it comes to, well, first of all, armored units, which is pretty much every single mecha unit that is available for Terran. And also, of course, because of the protective barrier, so they take less damage from high damage shells coming down on their forehead. Also, of course, their units are they're pretty large, right? They're of a fair amount of size, and that makes splash damage just a lot harder to do. And the mech player, you know what, still relies quite heavily upon splash damage, of course, in the way of the
Nuclear missile
well, first
ready.
of all, the siege tank, and second of all, also, of course, the well, Widow Mines or Hellbats or anything of that sort. Anyway, up until they get themselves those liberators. In the bottom left side of the map, we have the red Terran from Makers and Italy. He is a Baby Marine. In the top right, we have the blue Protoss, hailing from France and, you know what, fighting for the pride and honor of Alpha X. He is Arog Fire. It's always nice to see a fellow Alpha X player do well, even when they are beating a very cool Terran player. Yeah, well. Oh well, I'm always torn when I see these two play. Or anyone else from Alpha X. That's not a Terran. Fighting against someone who is a Terran from a whole different place. Anyway, yeah, not too much here happening so far. Probe trying to be a little bit annoying, so forcing a second SCV off the worker line here. You know what? A slight bit of extra stuff that you get, right? Because the, well, I guess a slight little bit of extra stuff the Terran doesn't get, right? Okay. Yeah. The slowed down situation here for both of these players. As is per usual with these types of moments in the game. The early parts. Imagine if you don't only start with more workers, but you also already start with a barracks, a supply depot, a reaper, and a second command center on the way. Orbital on the way. All of that good jazz. Already have your extractors ready. Why not? Refineries, go ahead and make my day. That's a very cool block actually, using the cybernetics core here and also the rest of the buildings, of course, here to try and keep that Reaper out. And so far, you know what, it's he's been doing alright. He has been doing just fine and making life rather difficult for Baby Marine here to really get his scout on. Yeah, I think he did see the Twilight Council, right? He should have, yeah, okay, so he did see the Twilight Council. Of course, Arog put his other pylon here on the low ground, so didn't have a pylon further backwards to really hide anything with. Now, what's the plan here for Baby Marine? He's getting himself an armory, and he is also still getting the Widow Mines. So I'm assuming he's gonna go for quick burrow Widow Mines here. And oh my dear lord, that Adept immediately gets the full whiff of everything that was happening here. And now he's completely aware of everything Baby Marine was planning there for quite a while. He's even going to get another SCV here. Trying to get that starport finished up. So that's a little bit further delayed now as well. And Baby Marine just scraps that entire plan. He's like, you know what, never mind. Let's not go quick Widowmine drops here with the increased speed for Burrow. Even just going for the Widowmine drop right now is going to be a little bit dangerous. As Ro8 should be completely aware that the capabilities are there. And the units are there as well to fill those capabilities. So he should just be aware that something like that very possible to start hitting him. And as we can see, he's getting himself blink. He's getting more stalkers as well. So good reaction so far from Ro8. It just needs to be at the right time at the right place. The right place, the right time. That's all you need to do. That's all you need to do, Baby Marine. Okay, so we saw, Ro8. We saw Baby Marine just lifting up with that medevac. Here come the two Widowmines. Let's see what they will be able to get done. There are 3 stocks already in that mineral line. 3 stocks in this one as well. Should be able to pick off those Widowmines before they actually get to Burrow. But looks like Baby Marine will be the person kind of out-duking Ro8 here for a little bit. See, that's a long period of time here actually where those stalkers could have tried to do something. But the medevac going unscouted. And a Reaper coming in on the other side as well at the same time. Widowmines, I don't think they actually got pulled out here. And yeah, the Reaper getting a kill there. So I think he got 2 kills in total now. And manages to stay safe there. Alright, let's see. Might have been the Adept 2 actually, now that I think about it. Anyway. Alright, so Baby Marine playing it safe. Doesn't want to overcommit with those Widowmines and the medevac, realizing that that might be the end of him. Okay, boosting on forwards once again. Good reaction time from Ro8 here. Making life very difficult for Baby Marine. And lets those Widowmines set off there. Probably a wise choice that we're about to get killed off anyway, right? And then this way you still got a slightly bit of a trade. Baby Marine moving out. He smells blood, guys, it seems. Baby Marine, where's that third base? Oh, okay, he's gonna build it on the low ground. You don't see that all too often, but hey, if it works, right? Now, it's feeling quite similar to the previous games that we've seen here. Except, of course, we have a Protoss instead of a Zerg. But once again, I mean, the Terran has started to knock out the front door here. This time around, it feels like it's definitely a little bit earlier on. Not too much damage has been taken by either of these players. And in come the Bioforces. The Force Fields, you know what? The Force Fields kind of just helping the Terran there. A little bit, making it very difficult for the Zealots to engage. But, you know what? In the end, I think, yeah. Ro8 holds on and no problem whatsoever. Still has 4 Zealots, 2 Stalkers and a Immortal as well to boot. So yeah, very, very good job there so far from Ro8. Managing to keep everything alive. Observer there, allowing those Zealots to go in at the right time. Extra gas now being taken as well. Is this going to trigger the scan as the Observer did just move a little bit here? I don't know exactly, but what I do know is that there's 2 medevacs on the way, and it looks like, of course, yeah. Okay, Ro8 just completely aware that this is happening here. I don't like that he's sending his Zealots too. I would have liked to have just a little bit of a hit squad for those Stalkers to try and intercept, but it looks like he's just sending most of his army, and that might nip him in the bud here, as he doesn't really have all too much at the front door anymore. I guess he does have those 3 stalkers here, but... Oh, Baby Marine, just do it, man. Just... Oh my... I'm not sure if we should actually, guys. I mean, 2 volleys of those stocks, and that is going to be the end of one of those medevacs. I think you need like 4 shots, and then the medevacs are going to go down. Okay, so Baby Marine is going to use this opportunity where the forces of the Protoss are pulled away. Now moving forwards with those, well, with this other group of units here. Moving on in. Can he get the damage he was looking for? Widowmines do manage to get a good burrow. Reasonable connection as well. The drops in the main base are going off at the same time. Targeting down a Immortal. Not too shabby. Does manage to get some damage dealt here. Just needs to be careful for these charge slots. Cannot afford to really keep fighting them head on like that. It's very risky to do. Especially if you have your healing ships right there, right next to you, ready to pounce on anything that's low HP. Okay, now, Arrow Fire definitely pushing Baby Marine in a bit of a difficult spot here. I think I forgot the score, didn't I? Did I? I think I might have. Oh my dear lord, I am so... did I? I might have. I think Arrow Fire won the first one, right? Did he? Man, I'm so confused right now. Anyway, alright, so all the SCVs are being pulled. And, yeah. Yeah, those are dead Immortals, but, I mean, it's a dead economy here for Baby Marine as well, unfortunately. Moving over with that 3rd base here. But, what's left, really, to butter up for? It's not that much. Not that much at all. Now, of course, there are still Marauders. Marauders are pretty good, especially with the support of those medevacs. But, I mean, Eric Fike, he can't just retreat here, guys. Cube up a robotic support bay. Maybe go High Tempo Archives and just come back with an extreme vengeance. Or just make a bunch of sentries and use energy to make force shields that are impenetrable to most Terran units. And then quite easily just kind of keep things going that way. Alright, so Eric Fire manages to win this one. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. I don't know what it is, guys. Usually I get filled with excitement and just no matter how much sleep I've had, it's no problem. Alright, so yeah, that was game number 2. Eric Fire manages to win 2 games here in a row. Sorry guys, I didn't have the scoreboard updated. So yeah, Baby Marine has to go into the loser bracket and try to fight off against Endless TV. Of course, you know what? This is not the end of him. Not the end of him whatsoever. He might just need to warm up a little bit here. Which apparently was the case with Wannabe Beyond as well, right? He went down 0-2 to Exo Striker and it felt absolutely hopeless. And then afterwards just bam bam! A quick 2-0 victory in the decided match. I'm not sure if Exo Striker was just a little bit more nervous. Or maybe Exo Striker got a little bit tired. But, oh well. Whatever the reason, you're never out of it just yet. Bibs! Arrogvaer. Yes, yes, alright. Yeah, it took me 2 minutes. This also took me 2 minutes. I blame the tiredness, man. I'm just really slow, responsive. Wise. Okay, so our next 2 plays will be the winner match, of course, between Young Yakov and Arrow Fire. So we're gonna have a ZVP here as well, which is kind of nice. You know, we have had all of the matchups here. ZVT, PVT, and now ZVP. So, you know what? Not much else to really ask for. Should be good. Should be good. Alright, so it looks like we've banned Golden Wall, Purity, and Eternal. And Zen as well, also banned, which leaves us with 3 maps here. And our players now have to decide which map is going to be the first choice. And which ones are going to be the later on choices. Alright, let's keep an eye out. No, yeah, it's actually not. Okay. Bit of a confusion between the two. So, you know what? I was confused as well. Ro8 does get, in fact, the final vote and then also the first vote for which maps to play on. First will be Simulacrum, alright. Second ever, which of course is Everdream, which the map that we just saw. And the third map, Night Shade, alright. Reasonable maps. Very standard maps, to be fair. Nothing too crazy. That is kind of the style for these two players, I suppose. Most of the junior championships actually have been macro games. Also, guys, I would like to take an opportunity here to do a shout out to one of our sponsors. The sponsor is in fact G Fuel. And G Fuel has been the official drink of esports ever since 2004. They've been providing top gamers and gaming individuals such as PewDiePie, Dr. Disrespect, with energy, focus, and endurance. They've just released their new flavor, Castro's Guava. Flavor that pays tribute to the streamer Castro's rich Mexican heritage. Get the new flavor alone or in its limited edition collector's box right now. So G Fuel adds to the prize pool as well, guys. So if you want to support them without spending too much money and buying all their products, you can go to the Metrorino page too. You can do a couple of quests, and this is going to get them to pay us money for this tournament in particular, right? So just type in !Metrorino and you should be able to find it. All right, anyway. Game number one between these two. In the bottom right side, our current champion, the Red Zerg. He is young Yakov, the Russian player. In the top left, our blue Protoss. He is from France. He is Alpha X material. He is Rogue Fire. All right. I need I need to activate my brain again here, guys. Jeez Louise. Okay, quick expo coming out of young Yakov. Ro8, what is your plans, sir? Just checking to see if there is in fact a quick expo or if there is a 12 pool on the way. And you know what, the 12 pool is very difficult to hold if you don't scout it. Otherwise it should be an absolute build order win, of course, but if you don't scout it, it's gonna be absolutely horrid, and a lot of damage can occur. Right, Ro8 just doing a bit of a dance with the probes and the minerals here. Not being too successful though, unfortunately. As we see now, Ro8 just kind of happily patrolling his probe here, right next to that hatchery. Just kind of taunting the hatchery, saying that the hatchery will never have arms or legs again to ever catch that probe. Although he does have creepy tendrils, I suppose, which are creep. Anyway, we do have young Yakov going in here with the Overlord, but where is the tech? Okay, there it is. It should be it's a Twilight Council once again coming out of Ro8 here. And once again, he's going to go for a depth build. Yeah, it doesn't have much to shoot down the Overlord with. He's just coming in here without Overlord speed, and he might be able to actually just kind of see what is happening here. It's on his trajectory, that is for sure. Desperately trying to chrono out that Stalker here. It is almost ready. Alright, there it is. Blam. Oh, excusez-moi. Alright, this Single adept here, trying to pick a fight with somebody 6 times his size. Doesn't really end up well, and Shades on out of there. I don't know. Alright, so, sorry guys. It's been a long time since I've been this tired for some reason. Anyway, Dark Shrine gonna be made here as well. Should have a robotics facility elsewhere. Oh, there it is. Okay. So it's gonna go straight into the Archon drop here, I would assume. Although, I have learned, as maybe some of you other people as well, the Zergs are trying to be a little bit more greedy here. They don't really anticipate those Dark Templars anymore, and that is something you can definitely punish using those Dark Templars. And then if you can't punish your opponents, I mean, you still have your War Prism, that should be at safe distance, and then you can just kind of pick up and GTFO, which is pretty much the same as what would happen with if you have an Archon there, right? I mean, an Archon, very tough, very strong, but you still need that medevac to ferry it around. And as soon as you lose the... well, the medevac, well, I say medevac. Lol, the War Prism, everything within it dies as well, of course. Right, another Overlord pops. Let's take a look. Arrow Fire. Are you planning any third base anytime soon? Looks like you might be. This looks like a little bit of a saving up happening here. Unless if this is the brilliant plan of him to kind of keep everything quiet for his opponents. That doesn't really fully realize what is going to be happening here. Okay, no, there is in fact a Nexus now being thrown down. Those Dark Templar managing to get a couple of pixels on those links, but nothing else really. I think a Queen died. Actually, no, not even the Queen died here. Definitely very, very unfortunate here for Arrow Fire. Wants to drop the rest of his Zealots. Or, well, Dark Templar, I should say. And immediately, of course, after that first attack, it already gave away the overall thing about the Dark Templar. Trying their best to get that Spore Crawler from finishing up. It's re-burrowing, but oh well, there was already an Overseer. There's an Overseer here as well, actually. We're trying to get gunned down, I would assume. Mr. Stalker. Alright, tries to keep Mr. Stalker inside of the wall here. Keep Mr. Stalker, Mr. Safe and clean. And the Overseer moving back and forth. Making me a little bit dizzy. Anyway, alright, so there's War Prism here on the north side. A little bit of a distraction force potentially, as the real battering ram is coming down the bottom together with the two Archons and the War Prism, of course. There's only a singular Queen here. Nothing too much, actually, to really help out with this situation. And there we go. Yeah, that Queen is absolutely fried. No problem whatsoever. And those Archons should be able to do quite a bit of damage to the economy as long as they target it down. Oh, don't do it though. They left a little bit early on there. I feel like might have been able to get away with a couple more hits, at least with the other one. But then again, I mean, the time to kill in this game is absolutely ridiculous and shouldn't be taken lightly. Okay. Man. Just trying everything to stay away. There's another forge on the way. Interesting, interesting. What could it mean? Well, does he have already one? He doesn't have one already. So it's just the plus weapons attack. Don't worry about it, guys. It's just weaponry. Oh my dear lord. Does he feel comfortable enough to walk up this ramp? That would be absolute mental. War Prism here giving vision though, of course. Second War Prism coming in as well. Looks like those are still Dark Templar. Immortals as well. Okay, so let's take a look at the tech overall for young Yakov. He does have his Spire. Hasn't started his Hive tech just yet. But he does have a lot of corrosive biles here. Oh, this base might be picked off here. Oh, it might be picked off there. Yes, it does. No cancel whatsoever. It just gets exploded. And it's going to put the Probos and the Zugzugs in the same region worker-wise. And Arogfire obviously will be in an advantage position there, of course. Who is requesting a pause as well. Arogfire is having lag issues. Alright. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, so let's see if he is okay. How long it takes for one of those letters to go through the chat, of course. Who knows how long ago he typed those things, right? Could be a minute, could be 2 minutes, could be 2 minutes and 30 seconds. But yeah, alright. Thank God it's fixed. Here we go. Only a referee can unpause. And there goes Miguel. Thank you, Miguel. Doing all the important business. One observer in the middle bit of the highway. That's another one of those reasons why you can't become one of those Zergs. I feel like, at least. One of those Zergs that only try to creep one singular way. Because there's always going to be a observer. And if the observer only sees one creep highway, it can already know on which one to sit, right? And then you just, at all times, will need to have anti-air with you. Or at least have some sort of a, whatchamacallit, something else against air. Weaponry? Sure, let's call it weaponry. So yeah, a little bit of nibbling going on here. Those roaches and ravagers also joining in. Mutalisk wreaking havoc upon Arogfire's main base here. That's a lot of dead probes. Not sure if this is going to be worth, you know what, just holding the bottom for. Oh boy, alright. Are we going to see a big attack here coming in? There is a base that is not completely finished just yet, so I mean, Arogfire could definitely do quite a bit of damage here. Trying to run down that Ravager at all costs. Okay, one of the Zealots does turn around. All of them turn around. Alright, fair enough. And yeah, I don't see these as the cleanest of engagements for Arogfire here. But you know what? Those short suits were pretty neat. Doing alright. And he does have the 2 Immortals, but yeah, Immortals don't do too much damage against those roaches, so oh man, that's bad. The entirety of the force remaining now getting hit by those biles, so oh well, oh well. And that is gonna be it. That's, well, at least this one. GG was called. And yeah, that means that young Yakov just kind of takes the first game here, guys, against Arogfire. And we're gonna have potential 2 more maps between these two. Need to wake up somehow. Oh man, I've not been having this tiredness ever since I woke up, I feel like. But now it's hitting like a brick. Oh my dear lord. What could I do against it? Drink coffee? Drink some sort of energy drink? What else? Maybe I can just like... maybe just kind of squeeze a bit of my skin. Oh yeah, that's working. Stay awake, Gozan. Stay awake. There's good StarCraft to be casted. Good evening, friends. How you doing, Danny? Good evening to you as well. I was just talking about me being tired for some reason. I'm not completely sure why. I had a reasonable amount of time slept today. Not having any other difficulties either. So I don't think I'm sick. But nonetheless, yeah. Weird. Anyway. So yeah, that's kind of happening with me. What's happening with you, Danny? Also, we're on a 2-minute delay, so don't expect me to be that quick with things. Just blame the tiredness, alright? We need some more butter to be squeezed inside of my my brain cells here to make things go smoothly again. Alright, young Yakov, Arrow Fire, come on, the winner's match. Who will be our first member in the playoffs today? It's gonna come down to whoever, you know what, wins this one. Arrow Fire, I guess, does still need to win too. Young Yakov though, I'm kind of feeling Young Yakov, our previous champion. He's just an absolute beast, and he's proven it a couple of times now. A player of a very high caliber that is very likely to, you know what, just keep rolling. If he keeps playing like this and keeps improving, then he definitely will be one of those players that people have to keep their eye on later on. So is Arrow Fire, of course, but so far, young Yakov might have the one up on him. Well, at least in this series he does. Oh, there is another quick spawning pool here for our Zerg in the bottom left side. He is the blue one. He is from Russia. He is a young Yakov. Now his opponent in the top right, he is the red Protoss. Is he going to send that probe immediately out after the gateway? Yes, he does. So he should be okay. Should have enough time. Anyway, he is the Frenchman. He is Arrow Fire. Alright, great game there. Great game by young Yakov. And now it's going to come down to, you know what, Arrow Fire. Is he going to be able to make this comeback happen? 2 games in a row. 2 games in a row need to be won here. And that is the first batch of links. Now, of course, Arrow Fire needs to be aware that this is coming his way. Already saw that well, there's a spawning pool here, and he saw that the hatchery is very, very much so delayed. It's gonna add a secondary gateway. It's gonna add the cybernetic score and immediately warp in a zealot. Wait, is that a full wall of here? Well, no. Never mind. Hype is gone. Never mind. This makes more sense as well, to be fair. Unless if he's planning to make a robotics facility very quickly on and get himself over the wall using that. Just kind of elevatoring his way through life here. But none of that is necessary, of course, as these links are going to be the first contestants trying to get that zealots out of the wall here. Another reason why you wouldn't want to make a full wall of, actually, come to think about it, is of course that these links, they're just gonna nibble your gateways, and if you only have your zealots at the early parts of the game, you might lose that gateway here. I mean, Arrow Fire is doing a whole lot of damage reduction just by kind of tippy-toeing around the problem here using those zealots. Now, you know what, Arrow Fire. This is a pretty much a dream scenario for him, right? Seeing that his opponent went for that quick spawning pool, still only on 14 workers now, heavily attempting to do some sort of a droning comeback here, but already I'd say that Arrow Fire has just been, you know what, in this early of the game, like pre-2 minutes, that's just a rough one. It's just a very rough one to have this type of income difference. And now the follow-up attacks from Arrow Fire are gonna come in here and feel a whole lot more heavy in their punch. They're gonna be punching above their weight class, just specifically because young Yakov kind of put himself on the back foot there. Made things more difficult for him. And there's the robotics facility number... Is that number 2? Oh, it might be. No, it's just number 1. Alright, so there it is. And a Stargate as well in the main base. And you know what? I'm not even mad. Absolutely lovely choice. Your opponent isn't going to be in a position where he wants to make spore crawlers or more queens. So those Stargate units definitely should have quite a big impact here. Wait, did he just start up a Phoenix and cancel it? Does he not want to show that he was making a Phoenix first? That is very interesting. And then, again, right? Is he going to switch out the Oracle after the Overlord is gone? and back into a Phoenix? That would be ridiculous. That's the time where it's just getting too much for me. Because he does, you know what, it's not just minerals and stuff like that, right? It's also the time spent trying to create it. Which is a big money sink. Right, anyway, there is the Oracle coming across the map. Which way is he gonna go? There's no third base just yet here for young Yakov. I'm not sure if he's not planning to get one, but you know what? I wouldn't blame him, actually. He does have the 2 gas here in his natural. Only 1 gas in his main. No lay attack, though. But a whole lot of roaches are going to get created here. So this is a great... how's it called? Clairvoyance. Seeing all those queens here is going to be able to show that there is, in fact, a lot of roaches on the way. As long as he keeps paying attention to these numbers of roaches, he should be absolutely aware that this is coming his way. And isn't it a very crucial moment for him? This is the final attempt for young Yakov to make anything happen here. And he needs to make it happen quick, because this one could end very quickly here. There's the scout. Now Arrow Fire knows. He already has 2 shield batteries here, though. Just kind of for safety, it seems. He's making more Stalkers, another Sentry, and more Immortals as well. A great choice for army unit composition so far. And yeah, young Yakov realizes and moves back. He knows that he's kind of stumped his attack. Not really as potent as he would like it to be. Oh well. Just gonna transition into that third base anyway, it seems. As we see a third base for Arrow Fire being made at the same time here. Ling killed. An absolute tragedy, that Ling. Leonard, his name was Leonard the Ling. I don't think Zergs have names, do they? Well, some of them do, but they're mostly just the special ones, right? So, a Ling, for example. Well, maybe they do have names, actually. Just because, if you know what, those brood mothers and stuff like that have names, right? The ones that Kerrigan made, I mean, those are from the Swarm, so that would make sense that the tinier ones also have names in a way. Abathur, right? Also, that's a name. Then again, they are special, so maybe in a way... I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. Anyway, maybe that's just the way for the humans to understand. Maybe Abathur and stuff like that don't really even realize that they have a name, or they don't use it themselves. Well, although he did introduce himself as Abathur, of course, so that doesn't make sense, guys. And anyway, oh, Disruptor hit massively, managing to connect there. Great start to this engagement, and that means young Yakov realizing that the time is ticking here, needs to target down that Disruptor. Second Disruptor comes in, though. The Roach is completely stuck behind. Force fields here, absolutely massive. I mean, the Biles are hitting, but the Biles are not going to be able to strike back here against the onslaught that is Arrow Fire. And Arrow Fire manages to take the Siri into a tied-up situation. And that means we're 1-1 here. The first series managing to get into a good tied-up situation, I believe. Yeah, I think so, right? Alright, well, anyway, we still have 2 more to go anyway. After this. We still have the loser match, of course, and also we have the thingamajig, the deciders match, right? To see who else is going to be moving onwards. But, you know what? It's going to be rough. It's going to be rough nonetheless for those players from the loser bracket. Baby Marine and Endless TV. Both of them the Terran players. I mean, to go up against either Arrow Fire or young Yakov. I mean, what would you want to have happen here? Maybe we should ask them. Because I would not know which one they would prefer. both as scary. Maybe it's just their race. That's the main ticket here as a deciding factor. But other than that, I mean, there's not much of a skill difference, I feel like. Erog, Protos, please. There we go. Okay. Alright, so did I already mention Young Yakov requesting a 2-minute pause here before we continue onwards with the final match between these two guys in the winners match? So I might as well go for a shout out here. Let me see which one should we do. It probably should be this one. Let me see, do I have that one actually here available right now? You know what, I'll just do it like this. Hold up, guys, hold up. Alright, so it's gonna come in later. Alright. Close that. Alright, so okay, I just need to be set up ready. Okay, here we go. Which one was I doing? Alright, yeah, the F-bomb. Alright, so sorry. Looks like already time has passed. But anyway, we're doing it. I'm committed now. The shout-out for F-bomb. They are in a line of work that is producing low-carb, high-fat foods to help you live a healthier life. They research, test, taste, and source the highest quality ingredients and put them into custom-made packages. Thanks to F-bomb products and their unique packaging, finding tasty, high-quality fat options at home or on the go is no longer a challenge. Whether you're at work, at the gym, or on a hike, or traveling the world, you'll want to be sporting those F-bombs. Blabber. Lovely stuff. Alright, guys. Into the game we go. It's a tight one. It's a 1-1 score here. To be fair, I mean, I said these players were very equal. We have to remember, now previous rounds, Young Yakov, he did open up with a 12 pull, didn't he? It got scouted, and Ro8 just absolutely slapped it down on the ground. No problem whatsoever. And yeah, now we're just kind of here. We're just kind of here in the winners match. Checking to see which one of these players is going to be able to move on into the playoffs. And I'm going to be meeting Ghosty or Wannabe Beyond there in one of the semi-finals. Who are, you know what, also two very tough opponents. Young Yakov already had a long and well-fought game against Ghosty, of course, the previous season. Looks like Ro8 is still requesting a pause here. Not completely sure why, but you know what? Well, we're just going to have to give it to him, as he is the one who pressed the pause button. I mean, we want to have good games, right? We want to have this be decided by a factor of skill, not one of these players being laggy or a cat jumping on a keyboard. Or even one of their parents just coming in and telling them to eat their vegetables before they continue playing their game. I don't know. Something like that. Either way. Whatever it is. Ro8 needs a moment. He's probably all tabs here for a good reason. Alright. There he is. Back. 2 minutes, please. That is a coincidence. That is the exact amount of time that the replay is. So, I'm not sure. But, suspicious? I don't think so. I mean, he already scattered absolutely everything. There's no reason for him to try and see the stream here. So, I don't think that's the reason. Did I in fact already introduce the players here? I don't remember. I am a little bit brain... Wait, what? Wait, what? In the world? That's interesting. That is interesting for sure. 5 probes. What would you do with 5 probes? Huh. That must be a mistake, right? That must be a misclick. It looks like they came from this side of the aisle as well. Which is even worse, because that is like... You know what? Just more mining time lost now, right? Alright, well, let's hope it doesn't come down to something silly like Ro8 just not having 2 units enough here to beat back Young Yakov at some point. That would be rough. That would be rough for sure. I mean, he does have to make himself a Nexus here. Young Yakov, oh my dear lord. That's a scary emote he has there. Is that a ghost? Or is that a KKK member? I hope it's not a KKK member. I don't know what Blizzard is thinking of making these types of emotes. It might be the poopy emote as well, but then with like another type of face on there, a gorilla face. Yeah, let's just call it a poop emote with a gorilla face on it. Alright? Alright. Good. Glad that I sorted out. Anyway, yeah, guys, thank you all for watching. Hope you're having a good time. Make sure, of course, to check out the Matcherino page as well, as we don't really have anything to do at the moment. Help us out with those codes. Help us out with the, whatchamacallit, overall experience, maybe. Adding in a bit of money to that prize pool. If you don't have money to add, try to do some quests there. The quests also help out, of course. Very easy stuff. Just hit up a couple of follows on a Twitter. Or do anything else, really. And voila, you should be able to feel good about yourself as you just supported esports. And not just any esports, the best of esports, the StarCraft 2 scene. And not just any StarCraft 2 scene, no sir. You've supported the grassroots, the baseline production of the new up-and-coming talent here for StarCraft 2. You've helped us with the junior championships, right? Not too many places right now for these players to really showcase their skills in the, well, higher amount of the bracket, or in a bigger tournament specifically for them, right? Definitely a good thing to have these types of podia for them available. And, yeah. Alright, well, Miguel getting a little bit impatient here, it looks like. Young Yakov, he's just happy little tigers. Happy little tigers. Gurgi gut. Gurgi bud. I don't know. What's this house squawk? Burgy good. Maybe that was me just saying something weird. I don't know. Anyway. So yeah. Huh. What are we talking about? What should we be talking about? Gorilla poop or butter? Yes. Alright. It could be butter too. White butter. Interesting. Interesting. I should have known that, Bibs. Thank you for correcting me there. It's good to see you around, man. Bibs, one of the Americans. You know what? This tournament is in a time zone where it is capable, of course, for American people to be watching. Okay, there we go. Probes went back to work here. So that's some good stuff, right? This probe going back in for another look-see. Sees, yep, still making that spawning pool, I see. Didn't cancel it because I scouted it, which would be very weird to do. Would be one of those things that a pro player, well, one of those people that doesn't really understand StarCraft 2 and then watches pros do something like, you know, a Protoss cancelling a Stargate after an Overlord sees it, and then he's like, you know what, I could do that stuff as well, and then cancels his spawning pool as a probe tries to scout it, or after a probe scout it. That would be funny. That would be funny if something like that happens. You know what, actually, you might be able to make a case for that being an okay-ish thing to do if you want to go for like a triple hatchery very quickly. Or if you actually went with a spawn... No, your spawning pool wouldn't be finished. Or it would be finished before the probe gets there. Then, so, yeah, no. No, there's no good reason to do that. I'm really trying here to come up with something. It's not really coming out, though. It's not being churned out of the butter pipe. Alright, that Stargate in production. Let's take a look. It's gonna make a Oracle first of all, as the Adept is already busy keeping young Yakov, well, preoccupied at his home base. Second Adept coming in as well. Gonna be even better, of course, keeping things isolated here. Now, one of those things, I'm not quite sure if this happened here as well. But one of the ways for Zergs to really realize that it is going to be a Stargate play, or very, very likely to be a Stargate play, is that you can see the timing on the gateway tack on that cybernetic score, right? And as with the Overlord right here, you can see whether or not that is already producing. If it is producing, then you should be okay. If it isn't producing, well, then it is very likely that there has been quite a bit of energy or gas spent on a structure, which most likely is a Stargate. So there we have already a Spore Crawler being in the main base, the natural base, and in the third base now as well, before you actually ever got to see the Stargate or anything else. So just kind of, you know, a small tell, and it's not always completely 100%, right? It's not 100% of a tell. But as soon as you see that, you know what, it's already pretty safe to kind of go for those Spore Crawlers and prep for it regardless. Just in case, because a lot of the times it will be the Stargate. And yeah, what else? What else are we seeing here? Lay attack on the way. Evo chamber as well being added in here. And 3 oracles now, actually. Holy moly, that's a lot of oracles. Alright. Trying to come in on this side, but immediately turning around after seeing 2 queens and a Spore Crawler there. Wait, is that? Okay, no, it's still just 3. I say just 3. It's still 3 oracles, still a good amount. Twilight Council being added in here as well. This could very well be some sort of an Adept follow-up. I mean, we are seeing quite a hefty number of Adepts right here. Oh, okay. Let's take a look. Is he going to be adding in the Glaive upgrade right now? Ooh. That would be cool. It's something we've been seeing a little bit more so recently, of course. The Glaive upgrade and then going in with Adepts at some certain point. Adepts here do end the shade, actually, right on top of those links. The Adepts, you know what? They survive quite nicely, killing off those links here. Not that much remaining. The queens have to be pulled from the other bases and get into a position to start defending. But those Adepts, you know what? Boom, they're already here now. And so far, only having killed off 3 workers, actually. So that could have been a whole lot worse. But still, that's alright. That's a reasonable amount. I mean, it could be better. It could be worse. I mean, how many Adepts was it? 7 Adepts, alright. 7 Adepts, 4 drones. You know what? It's not really the best of trades, is it? I guess as long as he doesn't die pretty soon or doesn't take any damage himself, it is beneficial in the end. But yeah, it still doesn't feel all that great. Behind this, we're seeing the charge upgrade being created, Templar Archives as well being added into the mix, as well as 4 extra gates. So, you know what, we might be seeing some sort of a Zealot Archon attack timing gonna be following up after this. And hopefully that is gonna be able to do a little bit more here for Arrow Fire. He's gonna, yeah, okay, he is gonna, no, alright, he isn't gonna move in with those oracles, as he is in trouble here from a Overseer. He's not gonna catch that Overseer. A Phoenix wouldn't be able to catch that Overseer. A Phoenix with Stimpak wouldn't be able to catch the Overseer. And speed upgrade either, if it would be a thing for... It's impossible. It's impossible. Those speed Overseers, they are just jet skis in the water. Well, maybe even jet skis in the butter. As they will go a lot quicker in butter, of course, because it's a lot smoother. And less resistant than... oh my dear lord, that Immortal absolutely annihilated. Very early with those force fields as well. Not really getting a portion of the army. So that's already 3 force fields that are not going to be available anymore to keep these banelings further away. A lot of those zealots actually do commit a little bit of suicide there. Right on top of those banelings. Okay, oracles come in. They need to be targeted down here by the Hydralisk. It took him a while. And now I think, you know what? Those zealots with the extra ball pin are going to be able to push back the Hydras. Young Yakov realizing this as well. Moving back. And trying to re-establish a little bit of a this offensive front here. And now just going to surround those zealots now, actually. Yeah, it's going to be able to pick off quite a lot of them. And you know what? Those sentries might be in trouble too. No, actually, no. Okay. Okay, I was wrong. There were not enough zealots there. Or zerglings. Nor were there enough Hydralisk to support them. To make up for that fact. Being able to do quite a bit of stuff there. Oh, those banelings getting close. Getting, once again, great connections on top of those zealots. And, yeah, once again, I mean, this army of arrow fire in trouble here. Has to do a recall very quickly, but everything absolutely destroyed. That's bad news. A quick warp in at home. More zealots being produced as well as an immortal here. But ultimately, I think that may have been the overextension that young Yakov was hoping would happen. And absolutely jumped on the opportunity here to crush that army. A couple of banelings being able to connect a couple too many times too well. And oh my god, that is unfortunate. Oh, arrow fire using those force shields here. And one of the Archons being warped in actually got pushed into the force fields, cancelling those force fields, and immediately all the banelings getting on top of the final bit of forces that arrow fire had. So, young Yakov, congratulations to him. He will be our first player today to move on into the playoffs. And that means today... oh, wait. Oh, God. F-bomb. Thank you, F-bomb. Alright, so that means we're going to be going into the... our American service once again, for we will have Endless TV. Oh wait, yeah, we'll try to do a young Yakov interview if he wants to. If he wants to, I'm not sure if he wants to. Young Yakov a little bit shy, doesn't feel that comfortable about his accent, maybe. I think, you know, I think we did one previously as well, and he did really well. But we'll have to wait and see. So yeah, if you have a question for young Yakov, put it in the chat now. We might be doing an interview. We might not be doing an interview. But if we are, then definitely start putting in those questions right now. Miguel deciding to let it go for now, I think. Alright, so I'm just going to switch over to America. Start with that. As Endless TV versus Baby Marine will be our loser match here. And I'm just going to keep my eye on that interview screen there. I don't think he will be joining us here, actually. But anyway, yeah. So probably no interview here with young Yakov, unfortunately. Anyway, what we do have is a great sponsor. And which sponsor, you might ask? Well, that sponsor, that is G Fuel. If you're not drinking G Fuel right now, what in the world are you thinking? Are you even a gamer? I mean, if you're not drinking G Fuel, you're not getting... as much energy, you're just not, right? That's the problem with me. That's why I'm sleepy right now. So, I mean, and if it's just not the esports drink of the century, then it's just not worth drinking. G Fuel ramps up your energy. Like I said, it sharpens your focus, and it keeps your eye on the prize. So, all you have to thirst for is gonna be victory. And, well... G Fuel definitely provides that. G Fuel, the official drink of esports. Stay hydrated, my friends. G Fuel. Yeah. Alright, there it is. Lovely stuff. Okay. Yeah, a TVT series is going to be our next show here. Should be pretty interesting. Is Baby Marine here? I don't know. I don't know if he is here. If he isn't here, or if he is here, he might be under a strange name tag. Isn't this Baby Marine? I'm not sure if that's the Baby Marine. Let's see. Let's just see. Let's see if that's him. Anyway, guys, yeah. So, hope you're all still having a good time. I'm really Kozan. I'm your host today. I am a caster at Alpha X. I do a whole lot of the show matches. I do the Junior Cup. I do a lot of the MVP Cups for them, casting-wise. I do more show matches on the Twitch. I do bigger setup tournaments that we do sometimes, invitationals. What else? Yeah, I do casting for OSC sometimes as well. I do casting for the Elite Wolves, who are, you know what, I have been told by some of them, they are looking to do a couple more things here and there again. And that would be absolutely amazing. And what else do I do? All the... Oh, right. Sorry. Baffle Star, also a thing I do, which is the Taiwanese. The Taiwanese show matches that happens sometimes. It's a little bit on hold right now because they are waiting for the super tournament to be over. And then they're going to be starting that up again. So... you know what, I hope that it's going to be starting up sooner rather than later, of course. But yeah, I think we're skipping like 2 weeks right now with that. And of course, one of those 2 weeks that are being skipped is this Wednesday. So I don't know if any of you was really hoping to see that or was sad that it wasn't happening this week. But that's the reason. It's because of the super tournaments. And yeah, other than that, I think those are most of the things that I do, casting wise. It's all StarCraft 2. That's I mean, it's the best game. B is Baby Marine here. B is Baby. Alright. Oh, no, wait. Actually, he's asking if B is Baby Marine. Okay, that makes sense. I think B is Butter. I think it is Butter again. Anyway, guys. Yeah. What else can I talk about? What can fill the void? I guess the Mecherino page. If you haven't already checked out the Mecherino page, type in chat. Right now, do it. Make sure to do it. Exclamation mark Mecherino. You will be able to see this right here. Let's hope this doesn't screw up. No, okay. It does alright. So, if you do sign in, all you gotta do is just kind of click on one of these. I'm gonna go with the Twitter this time around. I say authorize app. It won't do anything with my Twitter. It won't hijack it or whatever. It just wants to see if I am actually a person or not, right? Let me see if I'm actually being invited. Not yet. Alright, so we press contribute. We put in the code AXJC4. And voila, 50 cents have just been added to the prize pool. And now we're at 45 bucks here, right? If we help out, it's going to keep adding in more and more money. And that will help us out overall in the long run. Give these players a little bit of extra money to play with and to play for. Alright, so let's see. First map will be Eternal. Second map will be Nightshade. The third map is still in question here. A little bit of a debate as we, you know what, I still haven't figured out. Wait. Oh, okay. Wait. I'm confused. I'm not sure if they're banning on picking maps here. Both. Confusion. Alright, so. I think they want to play on Eternal and Nightshade. Let's see if that is going to happen. What the fuck is happening? In Veto or our first map? They already vetoed. Ah. Alright. Looks like they've already done everything here. Eternal Nightshade. Alright. It seems like that will be the thing. I'm trying to get these players to just play on Purity and Industry. They've not taken the bait so far. I'm wondering if anyone's ever going to be able to do it. Alright, so Bibs, you're confused also. Yeah, so what's happening is, right, these players, they need to... there's 7 maps in total, and there's 3 maps going to be played. So first they need to ban full maps, right? So they need to veto full maps that they don't want to play on. That is first Endless has to ban a map. Then Baby Marine gets to ban 2 maps. Then Endless gets to ban the final map. Afterwards, we have A, B, and C as picking. So you get to pick between the last final remaining 3 maps, which ones you're going to play first and which one's going to be played last. Now, Endless is going to be able to get both those picks. Which one's going to be last? And, well, I guess first he gets the pick. And then Baby Marine gets to decide which is the second one. And by that definition also decides who does the third one. Gotta run, do some work around the house. Alright, thank you, Bibs, for joining me today. Always nice to see you, dude. I very much appreciate it. Talk to you later, my friend. Talk to you soon, hopefully. Alright? Let's try to get together sometime again. Anyway. Alright, guys. Game number 1 in the loser match. We have, in the top right side, the Italian Blue Terran player. Is Baby Marine. And in the bottom left, the first time we're seeing him in the tournament. Today, that is. It is today. We've already seen one game between him and Young Yakov. Young Yakov, though, an incredible different type of beast, of course. It's a little bit unfair to take your first impression on somebody against the previous champion, or the running champion, I should say. Anyway, he's the first American of the championship, the junior championships. He is Endless TV. There he is in all his glory. Alright, so let's take a quick look at these players. There's second gas. There is a second gas coming in for Baby Marine. Endless TV, a little bit late with that first gas here. So actually, no, Baby Marine went for a gas first here, actually. So Baby Marine definitely adding in a lot of gas here early on. Wants to maybe do some sort of aggression off of this. Perhaps go for either a very quick Raven or go for a very quick Banshee. Sometimes that happens as well. Banshee could be quite lethal, of course, against the opening for Endless TV. If he does go for that quick command center here, is exactly what he's going to go for. And there we have it. First command center. Come on. I guess he doesn't have the money. And there it is. Voila. Perfectly timed. I know what's up, guys. I know my StarCraft. Alright, and off goes the SCV for Baby Marine here again. Both players satisfied with their scouting, it turns out. Actually, Endless TV... Okay, yeah, so he did see the factory timing there, which kind of indicates the overall double gas here. Not gonna go for that quick command center, of course. So yeah, both these players having all the information that they would want. And Baby Marine actually gonna keep his SCV close to heart here, to his Reaper. Might be able to get help here. Oh, but there's a Marine in the periphery as well here for Endless. And it looks like that SCV, you know what, so far still being saved. And wow, okay, Baby Marine, some great micro there. Gonna keep that SCV alive overall. And wait, what he is actually using this barracks to go across the map here? That is very interesting. That is unusual to say the least. Don't usually see that all that much, but he's going to go for a Cyclone here with the upgrade as well. He might just be trying to use that barracks here. That is very interesting to help with that Cyclone to lock on to its targets. And that way, of course, it doesn't matter if the line of sight is broken. And he doesn't have to use that much scan. Well, I say line of sight broken. The thing is, it's not going to get broken because of that barracks, but perhaps, potentially. And another Cyclone coming out here. Okay, so this is what he is doing with all this extra added in gas from the earlier parts of the game. Endless TV, he does have a bunker here already. There's only a single Marine in there though. And of course the bunker does get outranged after it does get locked onto by that Cyclone. And there's also a Cyclone on the way for Endless TV here. Of course, no upgrade. So those two Cyclones here for Baby Marine should take the victory there. And there we go. There's the lock on. The barracks needs to stay alive though, of course. Doesn't want to get gunned down, but needs to keep giving vision as well at the same time. Otherwise it gets knocked off. And oh boy. Okay, so yeah. Baby Marine manages to pull away in time. Once that reconnect that lock on to the bunker here. Perhaps do it even with the two Cyclones. And there we go. Alright, so continuing onwards with those two. Does get locked onto himself though, and one of the Cyclones does get picked off for Baby Marine. So I'm not sure if that's already going to be the end of this push here. Definitely a little bit troublesome. You might, you know what? It feels like perhaps you wanted to keep those definitely alive, but would it have been worth bringing along a couple of SCVs here to allow those Cyclones to be repaired? I mean, definitely would have added in a whole lot of value. And now there's a siege tank here, so not that much anymore gonna be able to get done here by those Cyclones. And we're gonna have to wait for those Banshees now to take over, dealing damage here. I guess they did manage to kill off the other Cyclone. Oh my dear lord, man, that's a good denial there. Some solid stuff. And now the Banshee can take over, of course, giving vision here. The barracks has been picked off, but in comes the Banshee. Is Endless TV paying attention to this one? Oh my dear lord, Banshee start moving. There he goes, okay. The Marines were still, moving further away. Oh, there's a Banshee here. Or, I mean, a Banshee. A Raven. Oh, there's a Raven here. I've been talking about the Banshee for a while, and then I'm like, oh, there's a Banshee here. Anyway. Yeah, that was a bit silly. Yeah, the Raven could be quite painful here, of course, for that Banshee. Throwing down an auto turret, alright, that's the safe thing, I guess, here to do. Keep it further away. Take a few extra shots at that Banshee. Now, there's no engineering bay just yet for Endless TV, so he still needs to pay attention here, needs to stay on top of his Raven control and those Marines, of course, as well, as two locations now are getting hit by, well, two Banshees. Quite a lot of workers are being picked off here, and it looks like Endless TV is just kind of getting out-microed here by Baby Marine. Baby Marine doing an absolute wonderful job at keeping Endless on his toes and just behind economically right now. Here, look at that income difference here. 1.6k And it's only because this entire, well, second base is just not mining. Nothing's happening here. And, well, the lock-on can happen here. Wait, what happened with the lock-on? Oh my god, it actually locked on as it was going into cloak. And then there was no stealth detection there. Oh, that is unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. That Banshee, I feel like it could have been taken down. Isn't gonna happen though. And more SCVs are gonna fall, but this time around, yeah, you're not gonna escape anymore. No Banshee on the side anymore either. Yeah, they are both dead now. But I suppose Endless does have that third base on location. So might be able to slowly get back into this, but he has a tall mountain to climb here. As Baby Marine also already has that third base. Alright, so combat shields are on the way now as well. 2 extra barracks being added here. Butter Marine. Making another base to butter from. And oh my dear lord, that's a lot of mules. Actually, one of them... Okay, one of them is repairing the command center here. Not sure if that's the most valuable thing to do for a mule, but... Hey. I mean, it did definitely require repairs, so... It is something. It is something else. Now, both of these players... Baby Marine a little bit ahead here on the upgrades. Of course, has this +1 armor as well. Gonna be finishing up here. Actually, way before Endless has his +1 attack even. Which is already established by Baby Marine. Baby Marine actually gonna go for a drop as well. It's a dangerous play here. Those Ravens, they are on the prowl. They are looking out from this location, but... You know what? The Medevacs are smart with that maneuvering. Going past the outpost here. And going across the side. There is a missile turret here, but there it is. A big, quick unload. And yeah, all of those units now full. Endless need to start moving across here into his main base right from that third base. It's going to take a while, and oh my god, those Ravens potentially in a little bit of trouble there. And the Marines get out for now. The Ravens, are they going to be able to catch up? They might be able to cut them off, but no, they lack the enthusiasm to do so. Not pushing any further. Worker count remarkably close again, of course. I mean, 24 workers did get killed off here by Baby Marines, so that's quite a disparity that has been, you know what, fixed up a little bit again. Thanks to that quick third base. And, of course, you know what? Also a quick second base, of course. We have to keep that in mind as well. Did go for the single gas. Baby Marine going for the double gas. Very quick factory. And those Cyclones as well. 3 missile turrets here on his natural base. Should be able to keep those Medevacs at a distance. Should be able to. Yeah, alright. So a quick retreat there from Endless. As Baby Marine trying to get some work done again with those bottom units there. Not really finding anything. There is another base being built here by Endless. This is not a base you see being taken that quickly. And I would assume that Baby Marine actually also not really anticipating this at this time. And I kind of like it from Endless. He's just being greedy, right? When you're playing against someone that you feel is a little bit better than you, you might as well take those risks, right? What do you have to lose? If you manage to get ahead quite a bit here, economically speaking, just by being greedy. And oh my god, that is a dead medevac. But yeah, if you manage to get ahead there just by being a little bit greedy, that is just a great thing. And oh my dear lord, more medevacs falling here. This could be trouble for Baby Marine if things keep going like this. I mean, he was outplaying his opponent there for a while, but just micro-wise. And now it's starting to feel like his macro might just be slacking a little bit here. And those drops, you know what? They weren't the best. I don't know if that was the right call to do at that time period. Not 100% anyway. Did he... Okay, he doesn't know about this base, right? He still doesn't know. Although I see most likely would have started pushing that location. He's scanning if there is, in fact, a 4th base here. As that other 4th base location he has already checked out with his other units. Oh my god, an absolute amazing anti-armor missile. But hitting both players here. Siege tanks get unsieged. Half of them siege back up again. Realizing his mistake here. And seeing Endless TV kind of honking at the opportunity to try and move in on all these units here. With a superior marine count. Needs to be careful though. If he runs in with those siege tanks in siege mode, that could be absolutely horrible. This is a weird battle, isn't it? A true battle for trying to get a superior positioning here. In which where I can actually manage to get some damage dealt. Endless TV, you know what? I like that. He's keeping his siege tanks a little bit unsieged here most of the time. Just in case if Baby Marine decides to start moving out here. Oh my god, a massive unsiege. No, nothing happens. Neither of these players want to commit here. It was an interesting standoff here. Alright. So only 3 siege tanks actually sieged up right now. The Marine's not really in the front, but... Oof. 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 Yeah, that wasn't... that's a lot of dead Marines there, but... Again, just a little bit of unwariness, right? You disagree with the assessment. Alright. I don't know what assessment you're disagreeing with anymore. I mean, it's been 2 minutes, unfortunately, since I am reading this. But alright. Yeah, it's fair. That's fair. I'm probably saying a lot of stupid things anyway. Fusion Core being added in to the mix here by Baby Marine as well. Finally finds this base here. He's going to be able to wail away at that one. As Endless TV, you know what? Finds another nice positioning here. Saying, yeah, I suppose, but it's just like, oh well. I mean, if you know that you can't win the straight-up macro game, then you're unlikely to win the macro game. Taking those greedier plays might be the way to get yourself ahead. Right? Right? No? I think there's some truth in there. I think what you're saying might make sense too, to be fair. I mean, you do get left open for things, but you know what? If you don't feel comfortable with the other regular kind of play, then you might as well. And the game itself already is, in a way, right? You want to be just a little bit more greedy than your opponents, as StarCraft 2 in a nutshell. If you manage to be a little bit more greedy, then that is the way to do things. Baby Marine is 3 per medevac drop here coming in from the bottom. On the left side, we have only 3 siege tanks for Baby Marine at the front here. Are going to get picked off quite rapidly, but there's still quite a lot of siege tanks behind this. Right, the anti-armor missile does manage to connect there quite nicely as well. Here is the drop now coming in on the bottom side. Managed to do quite a bit of damage here as well. Endless TV, I mean, he's doing pretty good here, guys. So far, I mean, he did lose those 2 bases. He's losing this one as well, but overall, you know what? He made some great maneuvers there with his army. Unfortunately, it was just completely caught out by this 3 medevac drop. Otherwise, he would have been in a pretty reasonable position. He just picked off a couple of siege tanks there as well, but he definitely would have been able to start pushing into this 4th base. Which now, of course, is just happily mining, unfortunately for him. Other than that, you know what? His army movement was pretty good. Saw the opportunity there. Played it safe. Didn't run into a lot of siege tanks unnecessarily. And kept taking positive trades. And he still has a very big army now because of it. Might be able to get some work done here. Alright, big siege from both players. Who's in siege mode against who? Oh my god, that's a lot of Marines actually. Okay, well, I mean, oof, just as you talk about good things happening here. But you know what, there's the Liberators helping out this situation now. And although siege tanks unsiege the Marines for Baby Marine, not really that to help protect his forces. And rotating around should be able to collapse on the backside of those siege tanks who are now inching their way forwards here. Siege tanks for Baby Marine need to move back again. Oh my dear lord. Alright, he's just going to go for the backside alleyway here. Oh my god, all those siege tanks for Baby Marine are stuck there. One siege tank blocking the way for the rest of them. And that Planetary Fortress is not meant to be alive anymore. Alright, this is a bit unfortunate. That's a lot of Marines. They are very in the red. If there was like 2 siege tanks here, that would be a lot of fire. Dead, bloody Marines. I don't know how to call it anymore. This is ridiculous. Alright, anyway. Big base trade going on now, but in the end, I mean, Baby Marine just seems to be ahead because he does have those forces. That being said, Analyst TV, he did grab himself a sneaky little mother base here in a position where Baby Marine might not anticipate it. And of course, we might be able to see Analyst moving those siege tanks into a position where he can defend that situation. Oh my dear lord, Baby Marine is... okay, well, I guess, yeah, if you have a bank of 4k, you can just do stuff like this as well. Baby Marine sieged up here. Those Liberators could do a whole lot if they just unsieged and start sieging up these siege tanks here. And there we go. Okay, doing just exactly that. I think, you know what, Baby Marine should have this one, right? It seems to be in his bag. And yeah, this is going to be a very rough position here to break for Analyst TV. He's trying, but there's a siege tank. There's 2 siege tanks actually, multiple Liberators, and still a bunch of Marines here as well. And yeah, that is just going to break the entirety of Endless. And Endless has to tap out. Baby Marine taking game number 1. Yes, if you put it like that, if you suck in macro, then yeah, you gotta cheese. Well, yeah, you gotta either cheese or you gotta find a way to really get a hand in that macro game somehow, some way, right? And if, you know, yeah, either you do that by cheesing, trying to find a way to destroy your opponent's economy, or you find a way to, you know what, get yourself ahead in that economic margin. Thank you, though. Thanks for complimenting my casting. Wish it could be only Protoss Games cast. Ah, well, you know what? I know less about Protoss, to be fair. And we are still going to get a Protoss here, right? Whoever wins this match is going to be playing against Erog Fire, our French Alpha X player. And he's pretty darn good himself. He is pretty darn impressive. Managed to get into the finals at one point against, I think it was Season 1. Other than that, you know what, he has pretty strong showings, and it's going to be a very tough opponent for either of these players. For sure. Anyway, first we got to see which one of these players is going to be moving forward to try and claim that spot, though, of course. Which is going to be a tough battle. Baby Marine just did look quite dominant there. Having a couple of maneuvers that, you know what, Endless TV just wasn't ready for. He just didn't really see stuff like this happening. There's 3 medevacs going across here. Killing off those bases. Yeah, you know, yeah, I mean, I liked his style. I liked the way he was playing it. Just getting called out here and there a little bit. And then ultimately, you know what, Baby Marine just saying, well, alright, F it. We're going across the map. We're killing everything you own. A scorched earth policy was in place for both these players. And absolutely everything got scorched. Alright, anyway, game number 2. We're gonna have to activate the name tag here again. And oh my god, he's not... Well, alright, we're just gonna... Yeah. Alright, hold up, guys. Hold up. We're gonna go into this one, and now I'm gonna have to do blue. And we're gonna have to change this one as well. Endless TV. Blam. We're gonna have to switch these names again. Alright. It's not, you know what? It's not the right color, but you know what? I'm not gonna bother changing that color right now because I'm gonna have to change it at some point later on again once the people have the official colors. Anyway, in the bottom right side, the red Terran player from Italy. He is the one, the only baby Marine from Team Makers. Of course, most famous for his brother, the one and only Rainer. And in the top left we have the bluish, well, just slightly not bluish player, the Terran from America. The first time in the Junior Championships in the actual brackets spots. He is Endless TV. I had to stop myself from saying saying hentai ahiegao. I hope that is not something absolutely horrible. I know the first word in that name. I just don't know the second one. Alright, so this time around he's going to go for the secondary thing you can do, of course, which is the cheese. So yeah, looks like 2 barracks being put down. He does have himself a refinery. So, you know, it looks like this might very well be double Reaper production on this side of the map. As we can see though, Baby Marine, he's prepped for it. He has those double gas geysers. Should be able to make a worthy defense against what is coming his way. Are we going to be seeing more coming out though? Oh, that's interesting. Attack labs. So we're going to be seeing the Marauders most likely. Something completely different here. Mr. Endless TV does allow that SCV in here. Baby Marine has to scratch his head here a little bit. Be a little bit worried as well. And start making those bunkers. And there they are. Gonna be walking around now with that Reaper, of course. Wants to figure out where these barracks are, in fact. It's gonna be a tough one. Definitely a tough ask. Looking out over here. There we have it. You know what? The first Reaper already in the base. This is pretty good. This is pretty good. There's one Reaper could win the game here. But then again, of course, the Marauders as well. It's going to come down to, well, how well these Marauders do against, first of all, the Widowmine. Which is not great. Okay. Yeah, this is rough. This is very rough, in fact. Alright. I'm afraid that might be it, guys. Oh, Baby Marine not paying attention to his Reaper, though. Alright, that's a fighting chance now. I guess. I guess. He did lose 7, though. Oh, dear. Oh, dear, oh, dear. That is not really successful, is it? Yeah. I mean, he is still making double Marauders here. But he doesn't really have the money for it. Oh, Baby Marine, even putting down a command center here. That is some, that's some harsh stuff to see here for Endless. I mean, if he goes up this ramp and he sees that command center, that's gotta, you know what, that's gotta sting a little bit here. And yeah, GG is called immediately. Now you have it. Baby Marine taking game number 2 and moving on forwards to the winners. Well, actually the deciding match, of course. It was fun. Alright, GG. Yeah, Endless TV saying it was fun. He learned he needs more practice. And to be fair, I mean, I don't think Endless has been in a whole lot of tournaments like this, right? Maybe like team tournaments where you have your team with you, you're kind of talking with your team and they're telling you what to do, you're kind of having a fun time, right? But then in an actual 1v1 tournament setting like this, they probably really haven't gotten all that far all too often yet, right? So that means that it's not only going to come down to your overall gameplay and how good you are. It's also going to come down to how cool you can stay under pressure and how well you deal with the pressure that is being thrown at you, right? Are you gonna break, right? Are you gonna keep, you know what? I want to say keep your head cool, but I would like to call it something else right now. So I've already used that expression a couple of times. Are you gonna stay relaxed? Right. Anyway, Baby Marine versus Arrow Fire here, guys. That should be pretty cool. I mean, if this is gonna go the same way as it did last round, the Group A, then Baby Marine suddenly is gonna go 2-0 here versus Arrow Fire. As we saw Wannabe Beyond getting 2-0'd by Exo Striker in those first matches. Quite easily, handedly, we would have to say. And then all of a sudden, Wannabe Beyond just turned the entire situation on its head and absolutely destroyed Exo Striker. Are we going to see the same here? I mean, it's possible. It's definitely possible. But, you know what? It's rough. It's rough. Arrow Fire, again, a very tough opponent here. And Baby Marine, you know what? I mean, he has been in Makers for a while now. He's been improving steadily. Is this going to be his round? Is this going to be the moment in time where he's going to be able to get himself into the finals? He's managed to get himself into the playoffs before already one time, but it would be lovely to see him, you know what, just continue to grow. And perhaps one day be able to challenge his brother. That would be my dream, honestly. Seeing Baby Marine taking on Rainer in the grand finals of some big StarCraft 2 tournaments. That would be absolutely amazing. And you know what? I mean, if we manage to get Baby Marine well enough situated and get him enough practice in our tournaments to actually get himself into one of those positions, that would be amazing. That would be amazing to me. Of course, any one of these players suddenly being in a big tournament and making it to the finals against someone else would already be epically amazing. But you know what? That scenario specifically, I feel like would draw a lot of attention to StarCraft 2 overall, and I would be extremely hyped about it myself. A TVZ, which is pretty much the agreed upon most watched matchup, and then having two brothers from Italy, right? Just fighting against one another. That would be absolutely amazing. But yeah, we're still going to have to wait and see if that's ever going to happen, of course. I mean, Baby Marine much better than I have ever been in this game already. But so is Arrow Fire. And Arrow Fire is still an obstacle right now. I'm a little bit biased here if you guys haven't noticed. But Arrow Fire, you know what, he's the team member. I should be biased towards him as well. I would love to see him win. I would love to see him move on into the next playoffs here. Especially because we do not have a Protoss there just yet. So that would be nice if we have a Protoss as well in the semi-finals. Protoss is final hope. But to be fair, we did have 4 Terrans in total this time around. Which is interesting. It seems like a lot of the young players do prefer Terran. Or at least the ones that we're getting to cast here. Coincidence? Maybe. Or maybe the other ones are above 6k. That could be the case too. Then we don't allow them to join anymore, as we feel like they should be able to compete with the other players already. Anyway, regardless of all of that, I feel like I forgot something. I think I needed to do a shout out. We'll do that next time, alright? We'll do that in between the next games, alright? We'll get to it. Don't worry about it. And the top right side of the map, we have a green Terran player. Let me get rid of that name tag. There we go. Okay, he is the green Terran player from Italy. Team Makers is Baby Marine. And in the bottom left side, we have a red Protoss from Alpha X. The Alpha X man himself. From France, he is Arrow Fire. Don't put the butter too close to the fire, Mr. Baby Marine. Same goes for Arrow Fire, of course. Going for a quick scout here with that probe. Baby Marine did check down a ramp here as well, just in case there was something cheeky happening there. I don't know if that was a proper time to scout though. To be fair, I'm not completely sure. Wait, what? This is an interesting way to go. Let's see where this is leading to. It's gonna go this way, and then over here. Could that be a proxy starport? Or even a proxy factory? Interesting, interesting. Maybe a secondary barracks? Could that be the case? Okay, well, he's waiting. It looks like it will be a factory here, considering the timing. We see the gas count. Yeah, there's the factory. All right. Might just be making a couple of Widow Mines, or maybe even Hellions in this location. I like this as well, just kind of making it look like he's already on the regular timing here for that command center. And oh my god, the probe comes in for a secondary scout. Okay, that's a big tell here for Arrowfire. He saw that there was no command center being built there, and now that's got to be clicking in his head right now. He needs to start putting all these puzzle pieces together. It's a bit of a shame that probe did die, didn't it? Yeah, okay, it did get killed off. The Marine manages to get the final kill. But, you know what, still, this is a dangerous situation for Arrowfire, and he needs to figure out that something is happening here. Puts down a robo facility. Is it too late? Is it too late already for him? I don't know. And there it is, the Hellions in production right now. That's going to do a whole lot of damage as soon as they land over here in the unknown. Just waltz right into these the probes that don't have a real clean way to move towards the secondary base. I guess you're just going to have to split them, right? You're just going to have to send some of them behind the mineral patches here to minimize that damage. Alright, here comes the secondary scout. I'd say second. It's like the third scout, to be fair, as that probe was quite a scouting baller, keeping his tabs on absolutely everything. Oh my god, he gets in. Yep, you cannot you cannot let that not warp in. Honestly, after that happening, getting a full scout on the base. Okay, now he gets blocked. Still finishes though, of course, and is going to be able to scout the entirety of the base here. And alright, now you need to know Arrowfire. He should be absolutely aware. All the alarm bells should be tingling here. And what is going to be his response? He put down 2 shield batteries at the front of his base. That is not the appropriate response. Unfortunately, you're going to need those in your main base. He is putting down another pylon here, making it a little bit more difficult for those Hellions to roll into the overall mineral line here, I suppose. But still, I mean, alright, well, here they go, in they come, and oh my god, all the probes are put together. 6 already going down here, more Hellion fire coming through. Arrowfire in a lot of trouble there. 8 probes already going down, tying up the worker count already. And more probes might die very soon. Okay, well, the matter of fact doesn't have boost just yet. The Stalker's a little bit... Okay, well, I mean, you know, it's okay. That's still a good amount of damage, though. 11 workers get picked off here. Putting Baby Marine a pretty solid spot. And he's going to follow this up with a proxy Banshee play as well. And there is the command center. 2 more barracks being created here as well. As this observer is just glued to the medevac, that means perhaps these the Banshees that come in later might have a bigger opportunity to make something happen. Okay, the Hellions are coming in here, not waiting for the reinforcements. Just gonna go straight for more kills here. You know what? 5 more kills, not too shabby. 6, make that 6. All right, 17 worker kills in total, tying up the worker counts completely. 29 to 29. Oh, the Observer's going to be able to scout this, though. It's a very fortunate positioning, but you know what? Arrowfire, he's just moving his Stalkers out. Perhaps, well, I guess he saw at the front door of Baby Marine. There's not that much at home right now. He doesn't have siege tanks. He doesn't have Widow Mines here, of course, as he doesn't have a factory or anything here, really, except for the barracks, so... The bunker is going to be crucial here. The Banshees. Okay, so he has 2 Banshees right now. I would love to see those 2 Banshees go in. They are going to start moving in here. The Observer did scout it out. And 3 Stalkers are being warped in. So yeah, that should be a good defense here for Arrowfire. Nothing really to be done there anymore for Baby Marine. He might be able to come around at some different angle and surprise Arrowfire still. But it's going to be a while before he really gets into such a position. It's a difficult thing to do. And oh boy, this could be trouble. Okay, so Baby Marine getting himself underneath that War Prism in time. Catching the War Prism there, in fact. That's a big pick-off. Killing off the... Oh no, not killing off the Observer. That is very unfortunate. But you know what? These... Okay, well, the Widow Mines. Bit indecisive there with those Widow Mines. Do get punished for it. And, oh my god, another attempt at the proxy. Alright, yeah, just keep that aggression rolling here, Baby Marine. Might as well, right? You might as well. Okay, third base for Arrow Fire. Okay, now... what else are we going to be able to see here? Those Stalkers are really paying for themselves. Those Banshees still stuck between those the Stalkers. I guess they're not stuck between the Stalkers. They're just stuck because of Stalkers. Twilight Council now finished up as well. Might be going to see that Blink upgrade. No, actually, a charge upgrade here by Arrow Fire. Very interesting. As the Banshees are still being chased by that Observer. Banshees are... okay, well, taking a breather here. Alright, in they come one more time here. Might be able to pick off a couple of probes on this side. There we go, that's the damage. One-shotting, yeah, it doesn't matter that you run to the shield batteries. Nothing there to save you. Finding some more probes over here. Yes, he is. Alright, there we go. Some great damage, actually, now being dished out here by our Italian Terran player. I needed to contain myself not to call him the Italian Stallion. Of course, that would be rude to him and his brother. It's never nice to be confused with your brother. Although, I suppose no, it's not a bad thing to be called, right? To be fair. Anyway. In he comes. Marines, Marauders, and a whole load of Widow Mines here. There's no blink, so it's going to be potentially a little bit difficult to get all of them set off. As we have 2 more Medivacs on the way as well. I would love to see those coming into the army mix here very quickly, as this force only has the support of 2 right now. You know, those Widow Mines getting an absolutely amazing position here. Good splitting from those Zealots, making it very difficult for the Widow Mines to actually get good connections. But there we go, getting a little bit impatient and flying in there with most of them. And it's still not enough here for Baby Marine. Needs to back off, but might be able to get some work done with those Banshees again. I wouldn't mind them just dying off here. Just get as many kills as possible. Maybe even in the main base here. Alright, still moving backwards. Stalkers, Zealots, and a single Immortal. Looking for some damage here on the other side. Those forces still very, very low. Still very hurt from overstimming here a little bit. There's no more bunker. That third base has not been mining for a while in their third base location. Actually, that's the wrong time to start moving that there. Or maybe it's the perfect time, who knows. If it's going to set off Zealot charge, that's always nice, of course. And it does, actually. So, yeah, that's pretty good. That's interesting. Oh, but more Zealots coming in from the flank here. Oh, a lot of friendly fire from those Widow Mines. That is not nice to see. And, you know what, good force fields there as well by Arrow Fire. You know what, overall, Baby Marine, he does have enough forces here. As long as he doesn't lose that third base, he should be okay. Oh, more Zealots coming in, though. A big pickup there by Baby Marine. I'm not sure if that was the right call, but you know what, he knows better than I do. In come all the SCVs, and you know, this is looking like it might be the end for our green Terran player here. But maybe he might be able to do some sort of a counter-aggression after this. Oh, he doesn't really have a big army here, does he? That's the big problem. Losing 29 workers. I mean, he's trying his best. The Banshee trying to get some worker damage as well. Again, on the other side of the map here. We have to remember, he did kill off 40 workers, but the macro of Arrow Fire has just been on point, and now on 43 workers himself again. And you know what? That is a rough position to be in. That third base did burn down as well, actually. So that is very, very rough now. Full Baby Marine, and eesh. Oh my. It's brave that he's still in this one. That's for sure. Let's see if he can keep this one going into his, well, back into his favor. Pulling more SCVs here. Alright, so, you know what? That might be a good call. Just pulling all the SCVs here and attempting some sort of a big attack. He has 73 army supply versus 44. If he manages to get a great engagement here, he might be able to take the game. That's his last final ditch effort here. He needs to do a lot of damage. He left some stuff at home, so if he does kill off 2 bases here from Arrow Fire, that on its own should be enough to really get himself another pretty reasonably secured position in this game. But so far, oh, that's a great Widowmine connection, actually. SCVs need to be in front here. That one force field's being an absolute pain in the rear, but you know what? Okay, in come the Zealots, those Widow Mines. Okay, good pulling back there on the Terran army. Up come the Bioforce, the Medevac absolutely out of energy though. The Immortals are being targeted down. You know what? It looks like Baby Marine might be able to pull this one through nonetheless. Even though he did take that much damage, he still had a magnificent army and manages to push back Baby Marine, taking game number 1. And yeah, alright. I was not expecting that one anymore. It took me a while to look at the army supplies there, but yeah, that was quite heavily favoring Baby Marine there. Great fight there at his own base. I mean, sacrificing the SCVs at the right time and realizing, you know what, my opportunity to win this one is making an attack happen right now and bringing as much firepower as I can, as much buffer as I can as well. And it works out. It worked out very well played there by him. GG all around. All around. Arrow Fire marvelously played as well, especially seeing, you know what, all that damage that he did take. He did get blindsided by those Hellions and then afterwards by the Banshee a little bit as well. Well, not straight away, but later on. He lost 4D probes, guys, and he still got himself in a position where I was like, well, I mean, he's looking pretty good. Oh boy, we have the wrong race here. Terran. Sorry, he leaves. Alright, next one coming up here. Oh, right. It's actually good that that happened because I still have to do this, guys. I still have to do this. Wait, which one have I done? I think I did G Fuel twice, right? I think. Okay, anyway. Let's do this one. I want to give a huge shout out to one of our sponsors, one of the newer ones. We're very proud to have them. They are F-Bomb. The F in F-Bomb makes portable and delicious snacks that are perfect for low carb, keto, and paleo diets. If you're not following a paleo diet, you might not know what a paleo diet is, but if you do follow one, then there you go. Lovely stuff for you as well. They're best known for their all-natural macadamia nut butter packets, pork sticks, and Keto Crunch cheese crisps. So, Keto Crunch cheese crisps. It's like a tongue twister. Anyway, if you're looking for, you know what, cutting carbs while eating healthier as well, then start dropping those F-bombs. Make it happen, guys. Why is it not happening? F-bomb. Oh, there it did. Okay, well, that's a bit of a fail, isn't it? Anyway, we'll do it. We'll edit it post edit. We'll fix it post edit. All right. Somewhere we're gonna fix it. Anyway. Yeah, Baby Marine taking game number 1 there. Absolutely crazy. Alright, great stuff from him. Let me quickly double check. Alright, yeah, that's already stuff. Alright, anyway. Oh. Let me get my screens all sorted back and then we'll hop into the game again. There we go. Okay, so, In the top right, we have a red Protoss from Alpha X and France. He is Ro8. He also plays, well, I say play, he does commentating for the French stream now and again once he's out of the tournament. But right now he's still doing a good run, so why do that? Anyway, his opponent is going to be this green Terran here from Team Makers. He's also from Italy. He is Baby Marine. An absolute beast already. Both these players actually still underneath the age of 15 and already showing what they're made of. Taking quite a good couple of games. And you know what? Being, you know, just a good players overall, all around. Ro8, it looks like he, you know what? Felt like he got cheesed out of that one a little bit here, perhaps. So he's gonna be doing something cheeky of his own here. Putting down a pylon across the map. Could very well be a robotics facility. Could be a Stargate. I don't think it would be much else than that. Okay, there we have the Robo. So it could very well be some sort of immortal timing here coming through. Let's see if we also add in... Oh my god, it's the double Robo here. So this Nexus... It's a fake. It's just there to confuse Baby Marine and to make him feel like everything is normal. Everything's normal, Baby Marine. Don't you worry, my friend. And then when he's not paying attention... Bam! 25 Immortals suddenly in his front line. Destroying everything. Oh, he might see it though. He might see the probe here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I'm not sure if he noticed the probe, though, moving from that side. That might be a big tell if he actually did pay attention to it. Oh, he's sending an SCV here, isn't he? Yes, he's expecting something. Alright, that's good. He's... Yeah, that's... Oh, no, actually, he's not expecting something. He's just going for his own proxy. The armory is being added in here. He wants to go for Widowmine drops. Widowmine's not the greatest tool against Immortals, unfortunately. Especially when there's a Warp Prism as well to micro against those lovely little Widowmines. So yeah, this is not looking too good here for our green Italian. And we're just gonna have to wait and see how this unfolds. Most likely, you know what, so far, the cards stacked against Baby Marine here. As he is completely unaware that there's just immortal production to the extreme here. With a Warp Prism and a Observer as well. Those Widowmines are gonna need to get the greatest hits in all of Widowmine history. Alright, so the Reaper does manage to get in here. Is expecting to see some sort of attack here. Not really finding it, so could be a good sign for... Okay, well, I guess he already knows now, doesn't he? I guess he already knows. Killing off that Widowmine. Oh, actually, not killing off that Widowmine. Oh, quick pickup, though, so nice micro there from our Frenchman. He's now just zapping away at those Marines. And this can snowball very, very quickly as those shields roll. The Immortal, of course, they do recharge. Killing off a bunker here very easily. That's what they're made for. Killing off structures. Oh, needs to pick up that Immortal though. That's getting low. I cannot afford to lose these Immortals. The Stalker as well. Ooh, might be able to get away with him. Yeah, okay, there we go. Nice stuff so far. Killing off 6 workers. The Widowmines, of course, well, not really managing to get across the map just yet. He's still going for the upgrade though, of course, for the Widowmine upgrade here. Which might help out, especially if he manages to kill off the Observer here. That's gonna be, you know what, a nice little thing for him, but he needs these Widowmines to connect. Oh my god, well that's rough. That's rough indeed. Nothing of the sorts happened. And I guess, you know what, this might be a quick one, guys. Yeah, this is what happens when you catch your opponents without them really realizing what is happening in the game. You know what? Actually, the Immortal's getting kind of low here. Getting kind of low here, and the Warp Prism needs to get out of dodge because of that Viking. So the Viking is going to kill off the Warp Prism. Immortal's now here without support. Another Immortal extremely low. 2 of them actually really low here. Can get picked off, but I mean already 10 workers being killed here. 11, 12. There's going to be more before this ends. Oh, Arrow Fire, pull that Immortal backwards, my man. Don't let that one die because you'll... There you go. Okay, good micro there. Keep it safe. Keep it in the reserves. Let it recharge that shields and just do your thing. Okay, there we go. Oh, a quick scan on that Observer, picking it off. Very valuable, but he doesn't have any Widow Mines anymore. A big boon, though, of course, we have to consider that he doesn't have high ground vision anymore, but it doesn't matter. Too much stuff was lost there. And Baby Marine has to tap out. A very quick victory there for our... for our red Terran. Protoss. Red Protoss. Sorry. Okay, yeah. Next map. Final map for today will be Nightshade. Baby Marine and... Rogue Fire. That final battle will be fought here. We'll have to wait and see. Nightshade, alright. I don't know what happened there. Apparently the game bugged out a little bit there. Didn't let me in. Alright. Luckily, Miguel pays attention though. And always has my back. Gets me in those lobbies. It's nice to have people like that, you know. Don't even have to ask. Already happens on its own. Alright. Here we go, guys. The countdown. The countdown dance. Okay. Okay. Regardless of who wins, this is going to be our final match today, guys. So let's see who manages to take it. In the bottom left, we don't have anyone. Nor in the bottom right, but in the top left, we have a green Terran player. He's from Italy. He is a Baby Marine. From Team Makers, of course. And the bottom right side, we have the Alpha X player from France. The final hope for Protoss in this tournament. Will he be able to get into the playoffs? It all rests on his shoulders right now. The final game, he is Rogue Fire. Both these players want to get themselves, of course, in the playoffs and try to get a chance to play against either Wannabe Björn or Ghosty, who are already waiting. Who they'd rather play against, of course. A little bit unknown. An unknown factor, but... Oh well, we're gonna have to wait and see what that is gonna be like. Anyway, Reaper Expand coming out for Baby Marine here. Rogue Fire going for the quick Nexus. Standard stuff. All standard stuff indeed. As I take my last sip of my drink that I still have here, we do the last sip of StarCraft 2 of the Junior Cup today. And then we'll have to wait an entire week, guys, for the playoffs, of course. Unfortunately. But then, I guess, luckily for us, there's a lot of StarCraft going on recently. The GSL starting up again with the Super Tournament. Gonna be doing the GSL as well again. Well, I'm not, but I hear that they are planning to bring it back in all its glory. Rogue Fire coming in again, checking. He wants to make sure that there is, in fact, stuff happening this time around in the base of Baby Marine. Oh my god, look at that. Look, what a professional gamer move. Reaper, just being a nuisance. Adept, gonna do his dance with this guy. Oh, I like that, actually. Rogue Fire already on the ball here. Immediately following that Reaper here. Should be able to just target him down here right now. And oh, the heal comes in though. And the Reaper manages to get out. Has some good jukes there from Baby Marine. Lovely, lovely done. Doesn't get any kills, but you know what? He gets a pretty good scout. Sees the Twilight Council. And it's going to be Blink this time around. Blink, a very safe opening, of course, for any Terran player. I mean, against any Terran player. As Terran players usually love to do anything wait, not concerning. Not I started that word wrong. I wanted to say a different word. Everything that, well, most of the things that they do is, of course, that aggression from the medevac. Using either the Hellions, using the Widow Mines, stuff like that. They love that early on aggression. And if you have the blink, it just works out amazingly. Especially in the early game as well. Against Bioforces, right? Marines without stim, without combat shields. Oh my dear lord, it is a pain to deal with those Stalkers. Even siege tank pushers, they do alright against it. Because why? Well, I mean, they can just blink right on top of the siege tanks, take him out, and then try to get away from the bio and kite the bio until the bio is absolutely demolished. So yeah, it does well in both those cases. It looks like we are going to have the, again, the quick burrowing claws here from Baby Marine. We've seen it a couple of times, but you know what? This might be the first time it might actually come into play here. In a way that he wants it to come into play. Tunneling claws. That's what it's called, right? I'm completely blanking out actually on the upgrade name. It's Tunneling Claws, right? Am I crazy? Oh my god, there's 3 Widow Mines as well. That could be a whole lot of damage if Ro8 is not paying attention. He does have 3 Stalkers here though. They do have Blink. That could be painful for Baby Marine. They are standing at the edge though, so it's more likely that it is going to work out for Baby Marine. That he's not going to fly in here and get blunk upon. Ro8 should be ready for this. He should be ready for this. This base undefended. Main base undefended as well. So, oh, well, actually, no, that's 3. Never mind. I lied. I like to think it was, but it is not. Oh, that's a nice pick off there. And, ooh, yeah, okay, he saw the Stalker. Stalker's now moving backwards, though. There's an opportunity. There is certainly an opportunity here. Baby Marine realizes coming in right now, and oh my dear lord, that is a big pull, but not in time, and 15 workers gonna go down immediately there. Baby Marine managing to do a very tight maneuver there. I was a little bit lucky as well. To be fair, Ro8 moving those Stalkers away at the absolute worst time that he could. You know what, the awkward thing especially is that the medevac saw the Stalkers pulled away very quickly. So there was a short moment in time where those Stalkers should have been able to spot that there was a medevac there. And still, Ro8 felt like the, you know what, he was comfortable enough to start moving across the map here. The medevac with the Widow Mines, actually, it survived as well, which is very, very rough. It's still here. It's still coming in for round number 2. There it is. Okay. Widow Mines. Widow Mines. Oh my god. That is the carnage. That's disgusting. So 6 more workers going to go down here. The medevac is going to fall, though. That's a bit unfortunate, but you know what? That's 21 workers gone off the table here for Ro8. And that might put him in an awkward position here. Well, he might feel like he just has to start pushing the aggression towards Baby Marine. Is that what's going to happen, though? I'm not sure if that's the right call. I think you just kind of try to sit at home and try to macro it out still. But I'm not sure. I'm not completely sure. You know what? These drops, that could be pretty good too, though, of course. Do some economic damage of your own. He hasn't lost much of his army yet. That is the big thing here, right? He only lost 1 adept. On the other side, though, Baby Marine losing quite a lot of those Widow Mines. Losing a medevac. Actually, did he lose a medevac? Yeah, he did lose a medevac. So 5 Marines as well. Marauder. Reaper as well. So his army, you know what, even after he dealt a lot of economic damage, it is in fact weaker than the Protoss army now. And that might be hurting him a little bit here, trying to overcommit slightly. And now there's the War Prism in his main base, and the Zealots, you know what, they're just wailing away. They're having a happy time. SCVs have to be pulled here, and that's going to be economic damage being taken out by Baby Marine as well. And oh my dear lord, Ro8 coming from below as well, killing off the entirety of the army. And oh my god, Arrow Fire punishing that move out by Baby Marine absolutely amazingly. And yeah, that is a rough one. The thing is, right, those Widowmine hits, they were absolutely amazing, but probably just trying to take advantage there a little bit too quickly. Right, so there was no advantage created by that economic disparity that was suffered by Eric Fire. His army was still up to the point where it kind of should have been at that time period. And yeah, just not really an opportunity there for Baby Marine, unfortunately. But very well played. Some amazing maneuvers there. Some great stuff being shown by him. Again, very impressive stuff. And would love to see him again some other time. Anyway, which kind of goes for all these players, of course. Endless as well. You know what? I've never seen him before, but another Terran from America kind of doing well. You don't hear a lot of those, you know. No offense, Juggernaut Jason and Nathanius and stuff, but you know what? Probably not really the hero Marines, right? Not really the specials. I guess special is from that region as well. But then again, he's not been in the region for a really long time, so... yeah, and then again, it's nice to see Endless TV being another Terran on the block there. And young Yakov, oh my dear lord, the champ returns and he strikes back with an enormously large fist. Yeah, just manages to secure that first place. Rockfire, though, being the lone Protoss player right now in the playoffs, is going to be able to try and maintain the Protoss pride. Alright, that is going to be it for me, though, for today, guys. Let me take a look if we do have anyone here that would appreciate a raid from us, or anything else that I can kind of offer you guys as a thing to view.
An aim trainer.
Right. Also, I'm really Kozen, by the way, guys. If you want to check me out, hit me up on Twitter. Hit me up on the Twitch. I'm an approachable guy. I promise. Yeah. All right. Let's take a look here. Who are live? Juggernaut Jason is doing this. Alpha X. That's us. Statfast. And you know what? Let's do Statfast. All right. All right, guys. Raid Steadfast SC. I think it's like this, right? Is it? Wait, did I typo this? Oh, okay, well, okay, I did typo this. Okay. All right, guys, there we go. Have a good one, everybody. Talk to you later. I love you. Bye-bye. Thank you, Canuck, by the way, as well. Thank you, buddy. It was all in. Yeah, it kind of was all in, wasn't it? All right. Bye, guys.